Give it to Jacob. He can throw it away. Thank you for logging on to this broadcast of Argos Dragons High School Athletics on the Voice Sports Network. This broadcast would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. Be sure to thank them and use their services when possible. The Voice Enterprises is Northeast Indiana's largest provider of high school sports. This broadcast is available online and on your mobile device, so you never have to miss a game. Thanks again for listening. Now, sit back and enjoy this broadcast.
Good.
Go ahead.
All right, there we go. All right. Good evening. Welcome, West Central High School. Steve Stricker alongside Andy Stone.
Hello, hello, and here we go.
Got Big Bad Phil Dean up top on the camera for us tonight, and this evening, this afternoon, and whatever we got. So we are from West Central High School. We've got we got championship game, girls JV Winter Classic. It's going to be the Argos Lady Dragons JV versus the Winnemac Lady Warriors Junior Varsity. Argos comes into tonight's game with a 10-2 mark on the season. They're coached by Kelsey Hollabaugh, and the Winnemac Warriors are 7-6, and they are coached by Lisa Guzman.
Guzman. Got to say it quicker.
got a few stats here for the Argos girls. Looks like they are led on points by Tia Freshour. She's scoring 6.6 a game. She's got 1.6 rebounds per game, 4.9 steals, and 2 assists per game. Lori. Abby Manikowski. Lori is her mother. Abby Manikowski is 6.1 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and 1 assist per game. Rachel Kuntz has got 6.5 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, 1.8 steals. Samantha Stone, 4.3 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, 1.4 steals, and 1 assist per game. And they've got Emily Calhoun with 3 points, 1.4 rebounds, 1.2 steals, and an assist per game. And Lexi Vanderweel is averaging 2.5 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal per game. So the Lady Dragons are coming in here. Actually, the whole Argos program is coming in here with a shot at a championship today. All 4 teams are on board at championship games. It's going to start off with this game with the junior JV. And we're going to have 2 of them going at once here on the next game. We're going to stay here for the girls varsity, but the boys JV will be playing in the auxiliary gym here as well at the same time. And then we're going to round that out at 7 o'clock with the boys varsity, and they're going to be taking on Winnemac in a big rematch from an earlier loss to the Winnemac Warriors. So got a big slate of basketball here today. If you're watching us on The Voice, obviously you found us because we're actually listed here as girls varsity versus South Central, but we're going to stay here for both games, and then we'll close out, and then we'll do the boys game from the boys side on the website. So we got about 3 minutes here before this tip, and Andy, you got a little rooting interest here in the girls JV, so what's your thoughts on the game?
Well, this is going to be a big game for the girls. They did take Winnemac out the first game when they played them earlier in the season. But the big thing is this is Argos' chance for the junior or JV girls to repeat. They won the Winter Classic last year, so they could come back and be 2-time champions back-to-back here for the Lady Dragons, and that'd be really, really neat. It's been a long time since any of the teams in Argos has done that, had back-to-back championships, and this is the Ladies Dragons' game to lose. They are definitely stronger, tougher, got a lot of good stuff going, and, the record shows it. But it's going to have to be still a tough game. They're going to have to play their best to get this. But 2 times in a row for a trophy would be really, really nice for the Lady Dragons.
Yeah, definitely. Good work out of the JV team. Good work out of Coach Hollabaugh. And so we're going to we got about 2 minutes left. We'll take a quick break and
get around for. I don't know if they'll do the national anthem for this one or not.
Sure. I don't know how it's going to go, but when we start seeing some action going, we'll cut out of the commercial and we'll be right back. So we're going to take a break. Thanks.
What does Valspar and Best Look Quality Paint, pressure washers, nuts and bolts, canning supplies, bug spray, chicken coops, fire pits, lawn furniture, grills, carpet cleaners, garden hoses, lawn seed and fertilizer, and everything in between have in common? They can all be found at your local Argos Do It Best Hardware, 200 West Walnut Street. Argos Do It Best is your one-stop shop with the hometown service and knowledge you have grown to love. Argos Do It Best Hardware, 200 West Walnut Street in Argos.
The products you know, the people you trust, do it best.
Since 1989, Frick Services Incorporated in Leiders Ford has been serving customers from Fulton, Pulaski, Marshall, and Stark counties with sales and service of seed, custom spread fertilizer, ag lime, custom spray ag chemicals, and hydrous ammonia, and offers the ProTech Partners program. This hard-to-find location is in the northwest corner of Fulton County on County Road 750 West, about a quarter mile north of 400 North, on the south edge of Leiders Ford. Frick Services Incorporated is proud to support the Argos Dragon High School athletes. Visit Frick Services Incorporated for all of your agribusiness needs. 800-542-4034. That's 800-542-4034.
All right, we're back.
Are you thinking about seamless?
All right, we're back for the starting of the game. We got for the Winnemac Warriors, Lady Warriors, number 3, Kessel, number 10, Keller, number 12, Keller, number 20, Kopka, and number 22, Benny. For the Dragons, we have Manikowski, Freshour, Dean, Stone, and Kuntz. Dragons win the tip. Ball rotates around. Looks, kicks it down. It's loose, and it's a turnover.
That's another thing with the JV game. We forgot they don't do the starting lineups.
Yeah, they don't do starting lineup. His first shot up, and it's missed. Rebound out of Stone. Kicked over to Freshour. And thrown out of bounds. 2 straight turnovers. All right.
I think we're good to go. We got everything fixed up here with the audio. Sounds good in my ears anyway.
And Rachel Kuntz with the steal. Kicks over to Freshour. I've only got one channel, but that's all right.
You only have one?
Yep. Oh, Manikowski drives, kicks it back. Over to Dean. Freshour. Over to Stone. Freshour. Kuntz. Manikowski puts it up, and it's in for 2. Yeah. And here's the trap from the Dragons. Full court pressure. Kicks it over. Here's a 3, and it's off the mark, and Stone smartly lets it go out of bounds. All right, here comes Freshour. Pulls it back, gives it over, rotates. Manikowski shoots, misses. Kicks it over. Benny has it. Looks. Oh, Stone was going to steal that if she made the pass, but luckily she didn't for them. Kicks it over. Here's a cutter down the middle. Kicks it out, and there's going to be a foul. Say something there, Stevie.
All right, we've got 5:05.
No, it's only one channel.
We only got one channel. Well, we got 2 lists running up here.
Okay,
so
that's all right, I guess.
You just might have to deal with it.
It's just weird, you know, when you hear it one. Here's a shot, and it's no good. Rebound Stone. Leaves it out to Freshour. Kicks it over. Tips it out. Over to Stone. Yikes. Manikowski. Kuntz turns, looks, puts it in for 2.
Nice bucket there by Rachel Kuntz. 4-0 Argus with the early lead. We've got about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Travel. And it's stolen by jump ball.
That's the one thing with the JV contest. You only have 2 refs, and that probably would have been caught by that little one. But
you betcha.
With 2, you can't see that. So
good pressure out of the Lady Dragons. They caused the travel, even though it wasn't called. It was still there, and that's what you want to see out of them. Dean has it. Covers her. And there's the ball. It's stolen by Manikowski. Stone's way up. Manikowski tries to throw. Stone comes back and receives it. Goes up and gets hammered, and she's going to the line shooting 2.
Nice look up that time by Abby Manikowski. Almost got it there.
She's going to throw the old football pass. She got to really put it out there. In that instance, she probably did look like her mom, Lori.
Got a sub getting ready to come in for the Lady Dragons. Emily Calhoun's going to check in for the first time.
Stone's first one's a little soft.
Off the front iron, Calhoun's in, and Dean is out.
All right.
You still only got one?
Yeah. It just sounds so weird.
I'm
Stone, second one's up, and it's smooth. That's better, and it's 5-0. And
we got a Winnemac timeout. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Gutters, or what about decorative concrete? Rob Herford of H&H Contracting specializes in seamless gutters and all aspects of concrete work, walls, flat work, and yes, decorative concrete. Contact Rob Herford at 574-229-0971 and let H&H Contracting help you design the project of your dreams. H&H Contracting partners with their homeowners to produce the work of the highest quality and making sure everyone is satisfied with the final design. That number again, 574-229-0971 or email Rob Herford at rherford@yahoo.com.
Half court pressure. Fresh hour. Here it goes. She's driving to the basket. Good help side by Manikowski. Don't swing. And stolen by Manikowski. Put over to Fresh Hour. Stone for 3. And it's off. Rebound Fresh Hour. Manikowski. Fresh Hour. Calhoun. Kuntz tries to throw it over and it gets thrown away. It drives. Stone cuts her off. Help side. Dragons in the zone. Kessel has it, and it's thrown out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Dragons' ball.
Okay, we got 3:23 left in the first period. 5-0 Argos with an advantage. Ball's coming down. Fresh Hour across timeline. Calhoun into Kuntz. Over to Manikowski. Manikowski off the glass, and it rolls in. That was a beautiful pass that time by Rachel Kuntz. Found a wide open Manikowski for an easy bucket. 7-0.
Oh, I'd have called a foul on that one. Shot, and no good, and Stone's going to be called for Kuntz, one of the two. Stone.
They got Sam Stone. Got a Winnemac sub getting ready to come in.
I didn't catch her number.
Got 2 free throws coming up here for Winnemac.
See if they can break the deadlock. And
the first one's good. 7-1. Number 30 is coming in.
Parrish coming in, and out comes Kopka.
Second Winnemac free throw is up and good.
Nice form.
That was a beautiful looking shot. 7-2 now.
Here comes Fresh Hour across timeline. Stone looks, backs over to Fresh Hour, takes a 3, and it's off the mark. Kuntz tips it, rebound for Winnemac. Kicks it down. And Calhoun's going to get the steal. It looks like she's going to coast, puts it up, and puts it in.
Great job of taking that hard to the basket. 9-2 now. 2:27 left in the first period.
Trap, pressure. Samantha comes over. Cross. They get it across timeline. Cutter. And Manikowski is going to step up and get the ball, and it's loose. Kicks it low. Foul, and she's going to the line.
It's going to be a foul on
Fresh
30.
Hour. Yep, Parrish should just come in. She's going to have to immediately go to the free throw line, see if that affects her shot.
That's Vanderweel getting ready to check in for the Lady Dragons. First free throw is up and good. Nice form so far for the Lady Warriors on their free throws.
Yeah, the free throw line. They're 3 of 3 from the line so far.
They look really good, too. Second free throw.
Off the mark.
A little bit of a double clutch there on the free throw and misses.
Freshour takes it down with speed. Caddy corner. Calhoun looks. Freshour tries another three, and that was good.
Just
2
inside.
point. 2 point.
Inside.
Yep.
11-3 now.
Kicks it over.
So far, the Dragons' pressure is working
And
wonders.
there's
There's
thrown
another
away.
turnover.
Freshour looks left-handed, goes up, and misses the layup.
Nice crossover to get over to the left side, just not able to finish.
Vanderweel. And it's stolen by Kuntz. Kicks it over, and she's going to be called with the travel.
She kind of fumbled trying to get hold of that, to throw that pass. She saw a wide open Calhoun cut. Just unable to get it over there.
She gets so excited when she gets the ball like that, takes off, and then she gets going a little bit quick. So
I know when you're a post player,
yeah,
you get the ball to the half court, it's a little different.
Vanderbilt was playing defense out top. Calhoun, ball switches. Stone covers, shots missed. Stone's going to be called with a foul.
No block out that time by the Lady Dragons. They got another chance, and they're going to go to the line shooting two. Another Stone foul. That's her second, isn't it?
Yeah. Not too smart.
2 fouls on Sam Stone with a minute 13 in the first. She's going to set some time on the bench.
Ball's in. Here it goes.
I guess it was on the floor.
Yep. Here's a 2, and it's off the mark. Rebound. Calhoun slows it up. Kicks over to Freshour. Calhoun, or over to Manikowski. Manikowski puts it in for 2 from the baseline.
Nice job that time by Freshour finding an open Manikowski again. Oh, over and back? No? Huh?
That's all right.
Looked like she was over the line. I mean, maybe
here's a
not the
3,
ball.
and it's good. Number 3, Kessel.
13-6 now. We got about 40 seconds left to go.
Calhoun's getting trapped, and they're going to call a blocking foul.
It's only the second team foul on Winamac. 4 on Argus. 2 of those would belong to Sam.
Yep, 2 on Stone, 1 on Manikowski, and 1 on Kuntz, if I'm not mistaken. Ball's in the Kuntz. Kuntz with the jumper, and just off the mark. And you hear Coach Kelsey yelling, "Don't foul Rage." Ball's in, goes. Good help side, shots up, no good. Rebound, Calhoun. Kicks it over to Freshour. Freshour looks.
About 10
12 seconds, yep. Over to Lexi Vanderweel. Lexi, and there's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay Dragons. Lexi's probably going to be the one just setting up because she had the hot hand with the three-point line last game. And sure enough, and it's way short rebound, and that's the first quarter. Dragons come out with a 13-6 lead at the end of the first. Not a bad way to start the game.
All right, we'll be right back.
Are you looking for farm ground to buy or have some you want to sell? Let the expert team of Halderman Real Estate and Farm Management be your go-to team. They combine years of experience with breaking technology to bring the buyer and seller together to maximize the best potential outcome for the clients they represent. Halderman's Marshall County representative is Kelly Hoffman. Give him a call today at 574-274-1948. for all of your real estate or personal property auction needs. Halderman's Real Estate and Farm Management. Give Kelly Hoffman a call, 574-274-1948.
Whether it's new or just new to you, most people don't put buying a vehicle at the top of their favorite things to do list. At Oliver Ford Lincoln, we try to break that stereotype.
We felt good about purchasing our vehicles here because I know how much Oliver Ford does for community outreaches.
And, you know, I love the Mustang, so.
He loves the Mustang, but I drive it.
Hold your hand treatment. It's a lifetime experience at Oliver Ford Lincoln in Plymouth, where we tip our hat to you.
All right, we're back second quarter, getting ready to start.
Wow, Steve, you almost sound better now that you got both ears in it. All right, Dragons coming out, and it's going to be Winamax's ball. And there's an instant kick away, and it's last, and it's off of Winamax. Aye. That was a rough call. That's okay. It went off of Winamax last, but that's all right. Good defense by Manikowski. Kessler joins in, puts it over. Here's a quick jumper. Off to Mark. Rebound, Calhoun. Ball's loose, and they're on the ground. All right, the fans are rowdy. And ball's in. Here's a quick jumper, and it's good for 2.
All right, just like that, 13-8, down a 5-point lead for the Lady Dragons.
As Coach Kels was telling them, that's 2 weak calls. They ended up giving them 2 points. Ball's over to Kuntz. Goes down. Looks, kicks it out. Calhoun loses it. Tia Freshour picks it up. Kicks it down to Kuntz again. And there's a jump ball.
Going to stay Argus. We got a sub. Kaylee Carlton's going to come in for Rachel Kuntz.
All right, Calhoun's bringing the ball in. Ball's over to Vanderwill. Vanderwill for 3, and it's good.
Much better shot that time by Lexi.
She had the time to take it up and put it in. A little nervous at the end of the, right at the end of the first quarter. Missed it altogether. Good steal out of Calhoun. Calhoun's going. She's going to take it all the way. Kicks it over Freshour. Puts it up for 2 and misses. Rebound out of, Winamax gets it. Kicks it over. Nessel comes out. And there's a double dribble, yes.
Really nice look that time there by Calhoun, able to find Freshour, just unable to finish on the layup.
She's struggling low on that left side. That's 2 now. Kicks it over to Vanderwill. Back over. Freshour. Saves it. Kicks it over to Calhoun. Calhoun. Manikowski for 2. Off to Mark. Long rebound goes to Winamax. And the ball's loose. Freshour steals it. Freshour's got an easy layup. Kicks it over. Calhoun misses the jumper. And Winamax comes with the ball. And stolen again by Freshour out of bounds, and it's going to go to Winamax. Nope, they're going to go back to Argus.
Well, you can see why she's averaging almost 5 steals a game. She's been very active so far in the first half.
Yep. Good work out of the Lady Dragons. They let them score a couple. They got a little bit feisty, got a little angry. Coach Kelski on them, and they've changed their attitude here. Went back after it. Vanderwill. Caddy corner to Calhoun. Jumper. Off to Mark. They kick it down. Manikowski's in position. Here's a quick jump shot out of Winamax. And the bank is open. Gives them 2.
Double bank that time.
Yeah, that one was kind of squirrely. It went off the backboard in all 4 corners. Puts it in. Freshour over to Calhoun. Carlton. Freshour. Vanderbilt for 3. And it's off the mark. Kaylee over to back.
Yep. She's got to realize she's got somebody in front of her. Can't make that play.
Yep.
It's going to be the 5th team foul on Argus, so they got to watch it. They're going to be in the bonus here shortly.
Thanks, Coach Mawson. I got the stats for the varsity already. Ahead of schedule.
Yeah, that's like way ahead of schedule.
Nice little play, and it's missed, and it's going to be off of Freshour.
Yep.
That was a good call there.
Kuntz and Dean are coming back in, and Carlton and Calhoun are going to come out for the Lady Dragons. 16-10, Lady Dragons with an advantage. 4:38 left in the first half.
Stolen, and kind of fouled in there. Yep, that's a good steal. Yep. Stolen by Freshour, and then kind of got the old Malachi crunch back in the Elvis Happy Days crunch between the 2 Winamax players.
Kind of a take your pick on that one. They could have called either one of them really on that foul.
Vanderbilt looks, loses it. Winamax ball. Dribbles herself out of it. Good quality play.
Oh,
Freshour. She knows better.
Yeah. That was a little frustration.
Yeah,
right
that was
there,
pure frustration. What is that one? You can't do that, and now she's going to have to come out.
Well, and the bad thing is that puts them, that's their 6th team foul, so Next foul for the Lady Dragons is going to put Winamac in the one in the bonus. And
so we got Calhoun in and Stone in, Alora that is, for Lexi Vanderweel.
And the way that the Winamac Lady Warriors have been shooting free throws, you don't want to get them a free chance at the line.
Manikowski dribbles in. Jumps back. Drives. And there's a foul on Alora.
Well, that's going to put them at the line to shoot 2.
And that's the 7th foul there.
Yeah, it's 2-shot foul because she was in the act. And she's 2 for 2 from the line, I believe.
Yes, she is.
First one is up and
off.
Yeah, we jinced her.
All right, here comes number 30, Parrish, and number 44 is going to come in for the shooter, DeMarco. And that one's in. Nice shot.
All right, 16-11, back to a 5-point advantage for the Lady Dragons. 4:04 left in the first half.
Stolen by and there's a foul again by Manikowski. And the Lady Dragons are in foul trouble because I think that's our 3rd player with 2 fouls. Fresh Hour, Stone,
Fresh Hour's got 2.
Manikowski.
Stone, yeah, 3 of the starters are in pretty good foul trouble here.
Kuntz has 1 for sure. Shot up, and it's way short.
Backed off on that one. She about picked up her 2nd one.
Yeah, Kopka stole it from the pass out of Stone. And it's no good. Rebound, Kuntz. Kuntz kicks it over. Manikowski's bringing the ball. Manikowski's improvement on dribbling has been amazing this year. Relaxed much more. Here's a quick 3 out of her, and it's good.
As a 2.
Oh, they only call her 2 on the line.
Yeah, she was.
I couldn't see it for sure.
Very, very long 2.
It's a good shot out of Manikowski just when they needed it. By rotating around. Here goes Quick. Kicks it out, and here's a 3. And it's way off the mark. Good rebound out of Calhoun. And Calhoun loses it, and here goes, and there's a big foul. Oh,
nope. She got all ball.
All right. From
Good
behind,
job.
it looked pretty rough, but it was pure ball. So, Kopka. Ball's out of bounds for the Winamac Warriors. Benny's going to throw it in. Kopka's open. They kick it low, try to get it in, and she does. Shots up, and it's no good. Alora Stone kicks it out, and here comes Kuntz, and it's tipped out of bounds by Kopka, and it's going to be the Dragons' ball. 2:54 left in the first half. Dragons up 18-11. Not been our best performance. Definitely having some fouling issues. Ball over to Stone. Kuntz drives. Kicks it back to Calhoun, open for 2, and it's off the mark.
Nice block out that time by Winamac.
Yeah. DeMarco with a great block out on the Kuntz. Causes them to get the rebound. Kopka has it. Kicks it over. Looks. Kicks it down to DeMarco. DeMarco puts it up for 2. Misses. Rebound. On the ground. Kopka carries it out. Calhoun covering. Tight defense. Kopka's trapped. And kicks it low and is stolen. And there's going to be a tie-up. Ashley Dean, and it's going to stay as a Winamac. Good hustle out of Dean to fight for that ball. Kicks it over. Kopka has it. Kicks it back in. Ball's loose. Stone has it.
She's got one. There she
goes. Manikowski, and is stolen.
She saw Manikowski, just wasn't able to get it
far enough ahead.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first half now.
Drives in, jumper, and it's off the mark. Kopka has it, pulls out, looks. kicks it in the middle. Back over to a three-point line. Benny has it, kicks it over, puts it to Keller. Keller shoots, misses. Rebound. Calhoun has it. Puts over Manikowski.
Minute and a half left, first half.
Calhoun has it. Kuntz shoots and misses. Rebound, Kuntz. Ball's loose.
Oh, wow. Timeout. Coach Hollabaugh.
No, smart.
Good job by the coach. We'll be right back.
Have you heard of the Zone Sports Complex in northern Indiana? The good news is now it's open and there's simply nothing like it. Best of all, it's in our backyard. The 30,000 square foot sports facility is located on the west side of Plymouth, right off US 30, just minutes from Argos. The Zone has leagues, tournaments, clinics, camps, and one-on-one group lessons for basketball and volleyball, as well as speed, strength, and agility training for all sports. The Zone also features indoor soccer, which will soon be housed in a brand new 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility that will also house flag football, lacrosse, softball, and baseball. Like the Zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org for all of the Zone's upcoming events. Call 574-935-3939 today and find out that there's simply no place like the Zone.
All right. We're back.
Back and excited.
Minute 21 left to go in the first half. Lady Dragons 18-11.
Ball's in the Kuntz, drives, puts it up, and misses. Really like to see her use the glass on that one.
I'd like to see a lot of them use the glass on a lot of them.
Kopka brings it down. Kicks it over, just about stolen out of Calhoun. Kopka drives, kicks it down. Keller. DeMarco has it. Looks, takes a quick jumper. Rebound. Puts it up, misses. Kuntz with the rebound.
Give the Lady Dragons a lot of credit. They're doing a good job on the boards.
Definitely being scrappy, and that's exactly what you want out of your team. Kuntz takes a quick jumper, and it's off the mark.
Although Winnemack's doing a really good job on their defensive boards, too, eliminating
extra chances,
one shot per end.
Kopka has it way out. Kicks it, looks, and Kuntz blocks it. Kopka gets it, drives in, and she's going to just miss. Rebound, Manikowski. And Manikowski's going, 15 seconds. And they're going to get her on the reach end.
It's only the fourth foul on Winnemack.
Luckily, the Dragons have slowed down the fouling process because they were in trouble. 13 seconds left in the half. Dragons up by 7, 18-11. Manikowski gets it. Drives and loses the ball. Ends up on the ground. Kopka has it. Kuntz. Ball's over. Parrish. Kopka tries the three. And it's off the mark, and that's the end of the half. Dragons go in with the lead, 18-11. We're going to get the halftime stats, and we'll be right back.
Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, and one you'll live with for a long time. Fortunately, you don't have to face this decision alone. Hereford Home Inspections will point out and explain any problems with the home, as well as the good features of the property. With the newest technology, you'll receive a written on-site report. No waiting. Hereford Home Inspection helps you make an informed decision and take the worry out of buying a new home. HerefordHomeInspection.com, 498-6013. That's 498-6013. This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
Looking for a basketball league or tournament, or for a place to improve your overall game? Well, look no further than the Zone Sports Complex of Northern Indiana. The Zone, located on the west side of Plymouth, is the place to be for all of your basketball needs. We have hoops clinics and camps, plus individual and group basketball lessons. You won't find any place that offers the kind of coaching you'll get at the Zone, which features a pair of coaches who played college basketball, including Dwayne Morton, Kentucky's 1990 Mr. Basketball Award winner and one of the greatest players ever in Louisville basketball history. So make sure you don't delay and you join the Zone team today. Like the Zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org for all the Zone's upcoming events. Give us a call at 574-935-3939 and get in the Zone.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much coverage their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, Alvin Morris of State Farm can help you get to a better state. Alvin will talk with and listen to you and help you put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then give Alvin Morris a call, 574-772-3600, and officially get to a better state with State Farm. Alvin Morris with State Farm is located at 1800 South Heaton Street in Knox, Indiana.
All right, we're back at half. It's the Argos Lady Dragons 18, Winnemac Lady Warriors 11 in the first final game for tonight. It's the JV championship of the Winter Classic. And Andy, what for the first half stats for the teams?
All right, for the first half, we'll go with the Lady Warriors. Kessel with 3. Ashley Keller with, she has 7 for the high score, and then Parrish with 1. So pretty kind of a lower number, only 11 for the first half. Dragons did well on the defense. Not a whole lot massive more on scoring, but 18 for the Dragons. We got Kuntz with 2, Stone with 1 for free throw, Calhoun with 2, Vanderwill with a 3, Freshour with 2, and then Manikowski with 8, leading the score for the Dragons and for both teams, putting in 4 buckets. You know, quality play out of the Dragons. We said there's been a lot of good single rebounds at both ends. Really, the defense is doing well. The Dragons got lots of scores off of some steals due to the fact that they had a lot of turnovers at the beginning of the game from the Lady Warriors. But not been the cleanest of games for the Dragons. Coach Kelsey would definitely be on them, wanting to have a little bit better on the possession part of the game. And 3 players with 2 fouls each. Well, we got Stone, Manikowski, Freshour, and then we also have Laura Stone with 1 and Kay Carlton with 1. So the Dragons are definitely up on the fouls compared to the Lady Warriors, but when you're playing more aggressive, you tend to have more fouls. So
yeah, 18 fouls to, I think there was 5 for the Lady Warriors.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 of them for the Lady Warriors. So.
But you mentioned it during the game. DeMarco had a tremendous block out on Kuntz, and that's what you have to do to get those rebounds and getting the over the back foul, and that's what they got Kaylee Carlton and Rachel Kuntz on was over the back. So
I think both teams are doing a really good job on getting defensive rebounds and allowing not allowing the other team to have a lot of second chance opportunities. Fortunately for the Lady Dragons, they've been able to finish more of their first chance opportunities. Yeah. Just not a lot of offensive rebounding from either side. But
a couple of layups we definitely should have converted on. We need to get those easy buckets. But I think the Dragons only missed 1 free throw the entire half. So that's not too bad. But then again, they were only there 2 times.
Yeah, they were able to basically hold par in the second quarter, 13-6, a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and 18-7, so they got it back. At one point, I think Winnemac had it down to a 5-point advantage. And
yeah.
So they've been able to kind of maintain that 5 to 7-point advantage range, and if they can get back a little bit more towards where they were playing in the first quarter before, Stone went out on foul trouble, and they had a couple of their main players, with 2 fouls, and
yeah.
So those girls get back in, and I'm sure they'll come out in the third quarter.
I think it's their quarter. It's typically been their quarter, and they're going to. I think we're going to see a big boom. It's going to go one way or the other. It won't stay plateaued. It's going to go. We're going to go crazy, or we're going to be a train wreck, and we're going to let them right back into the game.
I think they'll come out on fire here in the second,
Coach
third
Kelsey
quarter.
will be on them pretty rough here.
Yeah, she does a good job, make some adjustments there on a couple things, and get going back in the right direction. So. While we got a chance here, I want to thank In Stitches and Signs. Again, they did a really good job for us getting our banner put together and getting our shirts for us. And just make sure if you have any kind of opportunity that you need embroidery, screen printing, signs, any kind of banners, vehicle lettering, magnets, decals, promotional materials, anything like that, give them a call, 574-892-5956, or you can visit them on the web, www.institches.com, INSTITCHC.com. And we've got another new advertiser with us that's going to come on board for 2016. Actually, not really new, but new for this season. The Fitness Forum is joining us again. They're going to be back here, so we're going to get everything arranged with their advertising and get them on board. So the Fitness Forum up at Plymouth at the Lifeplex. Glad to have them back with us for the second half of the season. And we'll be looking forward to getting some more information out to you on different programs they have coming up. So made my first trip into the zone the other day. Of course, you saw me there, but very impressed. Been hearing about it, seeing pictures on Facebook and all that kind of stuff, but actually to physically walk into the building, it was everything and more that was advertised. And my youngest, McKenna, was in the dribbling shooting. They had a 3-day clinic there, and I was very impressed with the coaching and the girls that come in with the Doug's daughter and Ted's daughter, and they come in and they really do a fine job of helping out. You got Ted Hayden and you got
Dwayne
Morton. And he's, for being as great of a player as he is, he's very down to earth, very approachable, very you can talk to him, and
he's not the typical NBA starstruck that I'm better than it. He is an average Joe. He wants to play. He loves teaching the game. He loves getting people involved with the sport, and that's really all you could ask for. And the guy's made millions in his life, and he's just hey, I want to play basketball. Oh no. Go ahead, raise your wrist up, do a little more arch, this and that, just the little things, and that's what really, he said, that's what gives him the joy of doing that, and, you can see it, and then the kids feed off that. They're obviously impressed. They see this guy, super tall, athletic, can put the ball wherever he wants, dribbles like anybody, and way a lot better, puts in dunk, whatever, you name it. So the kids really respond to that, and, it's nice.
The impressive thing for me, he come in there and first place he went was to the littlest group.
Yeah.
And he started working with them, and, it's not about, like you said, it's not about being a big grandstander or anything like that. He didn't go in there. He just went over and he started working with them and fist bumping them, helping them out. And so very impressed. If you, they've got some leagues coming up. You got your futsal league that's going to be starting here this weekend, I believe.
Yeah.
And, they've also got some spring, not spring really, I guess they call them winter leagues for fourth through eighth grade for boys and girls.
Boys and girls, because they know that the seasons are almost coming to an end, and then once the true basketball's over, they really ramp up the extracurriculars for the kids to come out and learn the sport.
Yeah, saw the they've got AAU teams set up for the boys' side go clear down to fourth grade, and I think Doug said that sixth grade and seventh and eighth is what they ended up with for the girls. So,
travel,
and then when the high school season's over, they're going to have a high school team that they're going to be putting together, but they can't touch them
obviously.
yet. So.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we're running into with the futsal. Well, a lot of basketball coaches won't let their kids do other things with sports until the season's over. So those numbers will all grow, and that's all good stuff. So Dragons coming out with the ball. And here we go with the start of the second half, and Fresh Hour has it. Kicks it over to Manikowski. And she loses it, and there's the ball stolen. And Stone's back. Dragons cover on the defense. Kicks it. She's down. Help side, and Stone wrestles for the ball, and there's a tie-up, and it's going to go to Winnemac.
Yeah, just as we were giving them credit for not letting a second chance opportunity to get a weak side rebound, and we're going to get another shot at it here.
Fresh Hour taps it loose and gets the steal. And she's going to beat her to the bucket. Let's see if she can make the layup. And she does. And Stone beat her down. I was kind of surprised that she actually hustled all the way down like that to get the rebound. Okay, hey, I got to say it when I can. Here's a quick jumper, and it's missed. Rebound. Nope. Stone misses. Rebound. That's better. Looks up. And all the way up to Manikowski. What a pass, and just misses the left-hand layup.
I would have loved to see her gather herself, take a nice power dribble, and go up with that.
Yeah, because most people didn't think the ball was going to get there, but it went right to her hands. Fresh hour taps it loose, and it's going to go.
Well, we all know Sam has the ability to throw the ball
strength,
that far.
Yeah, it just didn't look like she got much on that one. It went right down to her. The officials getting low.
Winamac fans didn't like that call.
No, and that's kind of like the one we had earlier down the other end. So Rachel shoots, misses. Coach is yelling at Samantha to yell for that ball. The Rachel did stare at her, didn't make the pass. I think that's kind of got a miscommunication.
Looks like
ball's off of Rachel Kuntz's leg. Coach Kelch giving them instruction.
5:32 in the third, 20-11. Argos with the lead.
Dribble. Yep. Manikowski cuts over. Stones on him. Good steal out of Kuntz. Kicks it over to Fresh Hour. Then they're going to stack it. Over to Stone. Stone for three, and it's off the mark. Good tap out of Calhoun, and she was out of bounds. Good attempt.
A little full court pressure here by the Lady Dragons.
Ball's rotated. Kicks over. Breaks the pressure. Comes down. Don't foul. And good. Covering. Ooh. Jumper. Baseline way off. And Calhoun is going to stay here. Nope. Going Dragons. I'd like to see the girls use some more strength. Here comes the ball down cross. Fresh Hour. Kuntz. Fresh Hour for three. Off the mark, and it touches the
hit the wire.
Yep.
Out of bounds.
Same as the top of the backboard, which seldom they call correctly. My pet peeve of all calls. Easiest one in the book. Ball's in. Going to pass it through. Kicks it. Breaks it very well. Fresh Hour tips it up. Kuntz ends up with it. Kuntz dribbles.
I was just going to say,
Winamac
did a really good job of breaking.
Kicks it over to Manikowski. Calhoun for three. Nope. Over to Kuntz. Kuntz for three.
Not sure that's the shot
Coach
K wants them taken.
She's looking.
Options. Good people like these choose Oliver Ford Lincoln in Plymouth.
One of the things I love about Oliver's service department is the diagnostic report you get at the end of a routine maintenance.
So we can budget for some of those bigger expenses.
And so that I'm not stuck out on a highway with 4 kids and an emergency breakdown.
Award-winning customer service from Oliver Ford Lincoln in Plymouth, where we tip our hat to you.
All right, we got 4:01 left in the third period, 20-11, Argos with the lead. It's going to be Argos ball out of bounds under their own bucket.
I love it when they better recognize. There's a quick jumper out of Manikowski, misses.
Just a little off the mark.
Yeah. The throwing the ball in, the Dragons need to realize that when the other team's staring in the opposite direction, use them. Use them to your advantage. Shots missed, rebound Winamac. Calhoun. Ball's over.
Yeah, they're going to get Kuntz on a reach. .333 left, third quarter, still 20-11.
They're in the man-to-man, I think, is a better defense for the Dragons. Manikowski trips and falls. They don't call a foul. Here's a quick baseline jumper. Misses. Rebound. And in. Calhoun with the foul.
Well, we were talking about the lack of second chance opportunities in the first half.
Yeah,
and
you totally jinxed us on that.
I know it, man.
They've had a lot of second chance opportunities. Cut the lead to 8. 7, and this could be down to 6, and it's way off the mark.
Rebound, Manikowski.
Brings it down. Over to Freshour. Back over to Freshour. Fakes. Jumper. Misses. And it's going to stay Dragons. Dragons setting up. Not the prettiest game for us. Kuntz over to Freshour.
Winamax went into a 2-3 here in the second half.
Kuntz has it, turns over to Stone. Stone for 3, and that's off the mark. And they're going to call Calhoun for the foul.
3 minutes left. That's going to be the 4th team foul.
Already in the second half. Third team foul for the half. Turn, shot, missed.
Another second chance opportunity.
There, rebound Kuntz. Here comes Freshour. Stone stands up, holds her up. Kuntz, straight up and down. Oh. That's the third on Kuntz. Second? Second. Thought she was standing up pretty good. Keller to the line.
First free throw's off the right.
Allison Keller.
Second free throw is up and off the back iron, no good. Winamac gets the rebound though.
Kopka looks, kicks it low, shot, and it's in.
Second chance points there for the Winamac Lady Warriors.
What
20-15, yeah. Just when we were bragging on not giving them any second chance opportunities.
Calhoun fakes, kicks it over. Tia gets it. Caddy corner, Vanderweel. Stone in the corner, looks, kicks it over Freshour. Calhoun for 3. Way off the line. Air ball, unfortunately.
Minute 45 left in the third.
Stone's got it. She's going to beat him to the ball. Yeah, I was going to say they had to. And there's a good hustle out of Stone, and she draws the foul. .137 left in the third. Dragons up 20-15.
What was Lexi doing? Shots off by Freshour. Winamac gets the rebound.
Air ball again. The Dragons need to stop trying the 3 if they're not working and just put some nice, simple buckets in. There's a good steal out of...
Oh, almost by Manikowski.
Good steal. She gets a hammer going up with the shot. Manikowski shooting 2.
She would have got a lot farther if she hadn't had that girl hanging on her shoulder the whole way down the floor. Minute 22, 20-15. They need to get these free throws in here for Manikowski. Kind of went dry here.
I told you it was either going to be great or a train wreck, and so far I'm saying it's been a train wreck. There's a nice shot out.
It's not really a train wreck yet. It's not a train wreck.
We're at 4 points for the
3 points.
3 points for the quarter.
They've only scored 4.
3 points for the quarter.
They've only scored 4.
10 almost every 10 and 8 is the average.
Well,
and that's the second one out of Mankowski.
So that's 4-4 here. We're back up to 7.
All right, here comes
all they got to do
Dragons.
is hold serve right now.
Yep. Advantage Dragons.
All right, I'll quit with the tennis reference.
There you go. Rotates, moves down. Kopka drives.
That was a nice, quick first step.
And they're going to call it on Kuntz, and that's her third.
That was a quick first step there by Kopka. She's
definitely come to play tonight. I didn't remember this out of her last game.
Carlton's going to check back in, 2.
Down. For Kapka here, she's been from the line, 3 of 4 if I remember correct. And 4 or 5.
Carlton's in, and then Kuntz is going to go out with her 3 fouls.
So she's going to answer Manikowski's free throw so far.
One more coming up. 16 to 22 is your score.
And
second
she
one
sure does.
Good. 17-22.
Fresh Hour gets it.
Right at a minute left in the third period.
Manikowski has it. Drives. Kicks it out.
Oh, she's going to get tied up. Yeah. Good job by the Winamac player to stand her ground.
Yep. It's going to stay Dragons ball on that. Manikowski for 3, and she's another air ball out of the Dragons. That's like 4 3 attempts and 4 air balls in a row out of multiple players. They need to relax and get the easy buckets. Carlton's covering. And it's off of Winamac's foot, and it's going to be a Dragons ball. Good defense out of Carlton. Kicks over to Manikowski. Fresh Hour. Across the line, waiting. Calhoun. And it's tipped out of bounds, and it's going to stay Dragons ball. 28 seconds left in the third. Dragons up 22-17. They need a good bucket here at the end of this quarter to keep them going.
They've gotten a little stagnant in their offense here in the third quarter.
Manikowski. Fresh Hour. Vanderweel for 3. Fakes. Good draw fake. Puts it in. Kicks it back out. Manikowski. Caddy corner. Vanderweel. Fresh Hour.
6 seconds.
Vanderweel for 3. And it's off the mark. Over the back by Carlton. And that's 2 on her per second.
1.5 seconds left here in the third.
No fouls. You just tell them, back up. They're not going to be able to throw it that far. And she gets pretty close. And
that's
once again,
do it after 3 quarters. 22-17. Argos with the lead. We'll be back here for the fourth quarter action in just a second.
Don't settle for second best. The Zone Sports Complex of Northern Indiana is simply the finest facility of its kind, featuring 4 full-length IHSAA hardwood maple basketball courts, as well as a 1/3 court breakout area for individual and group instruction. The Zone's facility has all of your basketball needs, whether it's basketball, volleyball, soccer, flag football, lacrosse, softball, or baseball. The Zone has it all. Located on the west side of Plymouth, the Zone has all of the bells and whistles that players, family, and friends are looking for. Whether it's watching your favorite team on a large flat-screen TV that features DirecTV with NFL Sunday Ticket, or enjoying free high-speed wireless internet. Or how about frequenting our awesome concession stand, which features Pizza Hut pizza, Hacienda chips and salsa, Hershey's ice cream, and Coke products. You'll quickly discover the Zone is in a league of its own. Like the Zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org. Give us a call, 574-935-3939 today.
All right, we got 7 minutes left to go here. See if the Dragons can hold off the Winamac Warriors. They got a 22-17 point lead.
Lost a little ground there at that quarter. Unfortunately, not their quarter they wanted for the third.
Well, they didn't lose a ton, though.
No,
I mean, they're still 5 ahead, so
they're doing okay. Kuntz almost telling her not to foul. Vaney has it. Kicks it over. Let them run the offense. They're running the clock. Be fine. Ball rotates, and there's a nice little bucket, and it's in and out. And Vanderweel.
That looked like a jump ball, but they're going to call the foul on Lexi.
That's a
That's
1-and-1.
That's going to put Winamac into the 1-and-1. That could be a problem for the Lady Dragons if just the start of the fourth quarter and they're already in the 1-and-1. So,
yeah, 7 fouls to 2, and the Dragons have been sloppy, and that's why they're getting the fouls called on them. First one's up, and it's no good, and rebound Vanderweel.
Didn't hurt him yet.
Over to Fresh Hour. Coach Hallball telling them, run the play, use some clock. Stone, Fresh Hour. Kuntz. Back out to Stone. Back over to Manikowski. Kicks it over. Kuntz looks, drives, baseline jumper, off the mark.
Might have been tipped.
Yeah, I think it might have been. They ran a little bit of time off, which is what Coach was telling them. Don't just go one pass and shoot when we're up by 5. Let's use their clock. And Fresh Hour steals it. Loose. That's the correct call when they're both out of bounds and they touch the ball. Then it is a jump ball automatically. It comes Dragons ball. It's their possession. And now it goes back to the other way. Fresh Hour has it. Drives down. Kicks it over to Vanderwill. Back to Fresh Hour. Fresh Hour. Jumper. Stone's in position.
Nice.
Big rebound. Puts it up and puts it in. And Georgia go for an and one.
Nice rebound by Stone. That was a second chance opportunity we've been looking for.
Yeah, definitely had position on that. Saw that, recognized that Fresh Hour was going to shoot it. Get herself in position. Got the rebound. And then
Calhoun's in for Fresh Hour.
Fresh Hour's not happy with herself. She didn't like it. She's hurt. She's angry. She's frustrated. Stone
All right,
needs to make this one here.
24-17, and Stone's free throw is
Smooth.
good. Beautiful, 25-17.
That's the way they needed to start that third quarter, but we've done it in the fourth, so here they go.
Got up to an 8-point advantage. I think that might be the largest lead of the game.
Yep. Here's a long three. Miss. Long rebound. Kopka kicks it over. Benny has it. Trying to get it into Keller. Kuntz taps it out. Stone with the steal. Thrown away. Tipped. Back over. Jumper. And it's in.
Bad outlet that time by Lady Dragons. Yep. Turnover. And then the
Coach Kels letting Stone have it. Says you got to do it at both ends. You can't do it just down the one. Kuntz has it. Vanderbilt wide open and puts it in.
Nice look by Kuntz. Easy bucket for Lexi.
Finally run the cut play and hit the player down low at the post. Easy bucket. Kicks it over. 3. Keller kicks it out. Back over to Benny.
I think Coach Kelsey's sitting there like, if you guys would run the play maybe once in a while, it'd probably be a little easier.
Drives. Jumper. Way off. Good rebound out of Calhoun. Kicks it over to Manikowski. Coach Kels yelling them, easy. Time is on your side.
She's going to get a timeout. Got 4:10.
Coach Kels with the timeout.
4:10 left to go in this one. 27-19. Argus with the advantage. We'll be right back.
What does Valspar and Best Look quality paint, pressure washers, nuts and bolts, canning supplies, bug spray, chicken coops, fire pits, lawn furniture, grills, carpet cleaners, garden hoses, lawn seed and fertilizer, and everything in between have in common? They can all be found at your local Argos Do It Best Hardware, 200 West Walnut Street. Argos Do It Best is your one-stop shop with the hometown service and knowledge you have grown to love. Argos Do It Best Hardware, 200 West Walnut Street in Argos.
The products you know, the people you trust, do it best.
All right, we got 4:10 left to go in this one. 27-19, Argus with an 8-point advantage. They came out and scored 5-2 over Winnemac here in this fourth period. So,
yeah, they finally did what we'd hoped to come out with the third, but they managed to hold off the third. They still had a 5-point lead. Now they spread it back out, and they got that little bit of energy right now. They've stepped it up. Coach K on them, telling them, run the play, use the clock, run the play. Good things will happen. And pretty much we've got, easy bucket from Vanderweel on that play. Good work out of Lady Dragons.
Fresh Hour came back in.
Double dribble. Aye. Because his tip. So was not a double dribble because they said she tipped it. Stone cuts all the way out. Fresh Hour. Manikowski forces in. Kuntz looks. Jumper. Misses. Tells her to get back. They don't need another foul.
Don't need to give them any opportunities to go to the line.
Especially with the 1v.
Oh, nice backdoor cut.
Misses. Rebound. No, over the back.
Oh, wow.
Ay.
Not sure about that, but it's going to stay Winamac ball.
Stone needs to plant her hips in the back to him, push him out of the way, and then we wouldn't have that option, but it was definitely an over-the-back call. There's the stole out of Manikowski. Here she goes. Going all the way in and misses the layup, but she's going to the line shooting two. That's almost where you say turn it right out. You know, you're still trying for that easy bucket, but you got two girls on you. It's going to be hard to make. But she was 2 for 2 from the line, and she's going to do it again.
Yep, first shot is in. Good.
Manikowski leading all scores for the Lady Dragons.
28-19 now. 3:18 left to go in the game. Second shot is up and off.
Kuntz steals it. Kicks it over to Fresh Hour.
Now's where they got to run some clock. Be smart here and run some clock, girls.
Sets it up. Caddy corner. Manikowski goes up and puts it in.
Or if you get an easy layup, you might as well take that too. We got a Winamac timeout. 3:03 left to go in the game. All of a sudden, it's 30-19. We'll be right back.
Since 1989, Frick Services Incorporated in Leiders Ford has been serving customers from Fulton, Pulaski, Marshall, and Stark counties with sales and service of seed, custom spread fertilizer, ag lime, custom spray ag chemicals, and hydrous ammonia, and offers the ProTech Partners program. This hard-to-find location is in the northwest corner of Fulton County on County Road 750 West, about a quarter-mile north of 400 North, on the south edge of Leiders Ford. Frick Services Incorporated is proud to support the Argos Dragon High School athletes. Visit Frick Services Incorporated for all of your agribusiness needs. 800-542-4034. That's 800-542-4034.
All right, we're back. 3:03 left to go in this one. Argus has opened up a 30-19 advantage over the Winamac Lady Warriors. 8-2 so far this half, Andy, or this quarter.
Well, here's the thing. We decided to wake up and play, and now we're playing our basketball the way we knew they have been able to. It's just they finally, drudging along, fighting and battling, and now they're really starting to put it to and show them what they're made of, and the Dragons have opened up a big lead. Here's a three attempt, and it's off the mark. Rebound, Kuntz.
She needs to find a guard. There we go.
Gives it over to Manikowski. Manikowski loses it. Just slow it down, and there's a silly foul out of Kuntz, and now it sends them back to the line.
Nice rebound there by Kuntz. That's one of those you wanted to see her plant her feet,
hold it,
wait for the guard.
Hold it, let him go by. And now here comes the Dragons, going to have to back out. That's Kuntz's fourth.
I understand wanting to get a fast break bucket, but you got to understand the situation as well when you're up 11.
You're up 11. You don't need the fast break. You want to just eat the clock. And
1-and-1 first free throw is up and off the front iron. Kuntz gets the rebound.
Puts it over to Fresh Hour.
Well, it gets a little bit back for that foul then.
Yeah. Manikowski. Calhoun is going to be called to travel.
Yeah.
Nice, easy layup. Next time down, unfortunately, gets called for the travel.
A little indecision right
there.
Yeah,
a little hurts there. It's one of those things that happens. Benny has it. Kuntz. That could have been her fifth right there.
Oh, clear out.
Stone was standing her ground, took the charge, and not a single whistle was blown.
That's the one there. We brought that up in the last game. I feel that's got to be a call.
It's got to be one way or the other. And then they do that all touch there. I mean, obviously that just. Well,
it's just like in soccer. You're creating an advantage by knocking the girl down. So either she was set and it was a charge, or she was moving and it was a block. But it's
either way.
Yeah.
Yep. Manikowski gets it. Over to Kuntz. Kuntz going to drive in, puts it up, and puts it in for two.
32-21 now. 2 minutes left. Looks like Argus might be able to celebrate back-to-backs here.
Yep, looks good for the Dragons. Here's the ball in. Stone comes over, blocks, and there's another shot. She puts it in. Rachel gets it to Fresh Hour. Slows it down. Comes across the line, relaxed. Over to Stone. Over there's Calhoun, totally by herself. Kicks it over to Manikowski. She tells Fresh Hour, come out and get it and relax.
This is the point where Winamac only having 5 fouls could end up hurting them because they may want to send them to the line. And
yep. Stone has it. Minute 18 left. Calhoun gets it, kicks it over to Freshour.
Doing a nice job here running some clock, and there's
there
a foul.
It is. That's the Dragons playing better basketball.
It's going to only be the 16th foul on Winamac. Minute 11 left. Next foul is going to put them in the 1-and-1.
See the old back over to Freshour.
I don't really see anybody specifically they can foul. It's terrible free throw shooters. They're going to get Freshour up to the line. She's going to see what she can do. She's got a 1-and-1 coming up. Minute 6 left.
All right. Dragons up 9. Freshour at the line. And it's out. And rebound for Winamac, and that's what the coach and their team was telling them, just foul.
Well, it worked the first time.
Yep.
They missed the front end, so.
57 seconds left. Stone stops with the help side. Stone steals it.
Slow it up, slow it up, slow it up. There you go.
And relaxes. Says, okay, Kuntz, you got it.
There
Smart
we go.
play out of the Lady Dragons.
And they're going to foul Freshour again.
And they're going to foul Freshour.
See if she can make up for the miss on the first one.
Yep.
42 seconds left.
As a good steal, just take it down, get across timeline, and then stop and turn and wait for your team, and everybody runs down. They draw another foul. Freshour puts it up and misses. Stone's in there for position, and she's going to catch it.
She's on the floor, and we got a timeout by.
Timeout! What a rebound by Stone, sitting down to get it. Sitting down to get the ball.
And Coach K calls a timeout with 38 seconds left to go. We'll be right back.
Frick Service Incorporated in Leitersford has been serving the needs of agribusiness since 1918 with the sales and service of seed, custom spread fertilizer, ag lime, ag chemicals, and carries anhydrous ammonia. Talk to their ProTech partners in their full-service precision agronomy department about soil sampling, crop scouting, variable rate applications, and analyzing all crop inputs. Contact Frick Services in Leitersford at 800-542-4034. That's 800-542-4034.
All right, we're back. The Lady Dragons are 38 seconds away from going back-to-back at the Winter Classic JV version. It's going to be Lady Dragons ball out of bounds. Calhoun's going to inbounds.
And it's stolen by Kopka. She's been the player for them all night, and she knows she went out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Dragons.
Trying to walk the line over there and just couldn't quite stay in bounds.
Stone says, hey, you back out, I'll throw it in. And gives it to Manikowski.
Slow it up,
3-on-1, gives it over to Calhoun, puts it up for the easy
All
two.
Right. You want to slow it up, but if you got an easy layup, take it. 34-23, 25 seconds left.
Here comes some three out of Kopka. And it's good. No, off the front. Rebound Manikowski. And there's a jump ball.
Not sure there what she was.
She was thinking that the foul was going to be called.
Yeah.
She expected to be tied up.
All right, 14 seconds left. 11-point advantage for the Lady Dragons.
And she might. There, she gets it in.
She's got to be smart. No fouls.
Gets it up, and nice shot out of Keller there. Turns and throws it. Gets it in.
All right, we're going to do 2-1, and that's going to be the ball game, folks. 34-25. Lady Dragons JV girls are the 2016 Winter Classic champions.
Back-to-back champs for the JV Lady Dragons. Tremendous work out of Coach Kelson. The girls working super hard, doing very well. We're going to get the final game stats, and we'll be right back.
Are you thinking about seamless gutters? Or what about decorative concrete? Rob Herford of H&H Contracting specializes in seamless gutters and all aspects of concrete work, walls, flat work, and yes, decorative concrete. Contact Rob Herford at 574-229-0971 and let H&H Contracting help you design the project of your dreams. H&H Contracting partners with their homeowners to produce the work of the highest quality and making sure everyone is satisfied with the final design. That number again, 574-229-0971, or email Rob Herford at rherford@yahoo.com.
Have you heard of the Zone Sports Complex in northern Indiana? The good news is now it's open and there's simply nothing like it. Best of all, it's in our backyard. The 30,000 square foot sports facility is located on the west side of Plymouth, right off US 30, just minutes from Argos. The zone has leagues, tournaments, clinics, camps, and one-on-one group lessons for basketball and volleyball, as well as speed, strength, and agility training for all sports. The zone also features indoor soccer, which will soon be housed in a brand new 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility that will also house flag football, lacrosse, softball, and baseball. Like the zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org for all of the zone's upcoming events. Call 574-935-3939 today and find out that there's simply no place like the zone.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much coverage their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, Alvin Morris of State Farm can help you get to a better state. Alvin will talk with and listen to you and help you put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then give Alvin Morris a call, 574-772-3600, and officially get to a better state with State Farm. Alvin Morris with State Farm is located at 1800 South Heaton Street in Knox, Indiana.
All right. Go ahead, Steve.
All right.
We're back.
We're back.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now, according to the world's plan, Phil's supposed to be on the team, and yep, we can look by the screen.
Yeah, there we go. That's the
back-to-back
Winter Classic champs.
Got to tell you, you got to be excited for the girls. That's, 2 trophies in a row down here. They're bringing back the hardware where some of the other teams might not be or haven't been in the past. So you got to be happy with that. For some of the players that do a little bit of both teams, this is their second thing, because the first thing they would have been involved with is winning the bell from Culver, the Culver game. For some of the swing players, now they got this. And potentially, if they go up and work with the varsity, they could win again if they play South Central. So tremendous work out of the Dragons. Great game. Fourth quarter was much better. They outscored them 12-8. So a much, much better quarter in the fourth than in the third. And nothing but congratulations to the girls. They worked super hard. That was good stuff.
All right, so the plan here, what we're going to do is we're going to get the stats here as soon as Amy gets them done, and we're going to go over those, and we'll just kind of go dead for a little bit. I mean, we're going to still be live.
We're going to be live.
We're just going to shut our mouths and let the girls get going, but we're going to stay right here on this web page.
Oh, we got 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we don't got a lot of time.
We have a massive amount of time.
Won't be dead for too long, I guess. So the varsity teams are getting ready to line up here. The South Central Lady Satellites are getting out, and here come the Argus Lady Dragons.
There they go.
Trying to make it 2 for 2 here for Argus for the evening. Got 2 games going on at
JV
5:30.
boys will be starting same time in the alternate gym, like you stated earlier.
Yep, so 1 for 1 so far. We got 3 more chances to win trophies here for the Argus program. So we're gonna wait. Let's see, Amy, you got your stats yet?
Yeah, she's handing me the book right now, so we're gonna do the stats.
All right.
Outstanding work. Thank you so much.
Stats for Winnemac and
all
Argus.
right. For the Lady Warriors, Kessel with 3, Allison Keller with 6, Kopka with 2, Parrish with 2, Christ with 2, and then final, the Ashley Keller had a lot of bunnies and worked real hard, and she ended up with 11 for the Lady Warriors. All right. All right, for the boys, for the Dragons, that is. All right, we have Kuntz with 4, Stone with 4, Calhoun with 4, Vanderweel with 5, Freshour with 4, and Manikowski with 13. huge points. Some of the bigger buckets that really pushed us over the edge, the blockout foul and the and one from Stone, the two quick, smart layups, one from Vanderweel that came from a pass out of Kuntz, and then the one from Manikowski that drove in from the corner. Those are the ones that pushed the Dragons over the edge. The smart plays, what you wanted to see after Coach told them, hey, run the play, work at it, do it, so on and so forth. That's the stuff that you wanted to see. Much better. Now, they didn't actually get handed the trophy because the athletic director says we can't find the trophies.
Can't find the trophies. That could be a little bit of a problem.
So that was kind of silly. But it happens. Things like that go on. We all been there. There's lots going on. There is 4 games here tonight. But I hope there's not 4 trophies missing.
Can't find the trophies. Wow.
But so we were invited to go to the hospitality room after we take our break. The Dragons come out. That's betters their record to 11-2 champions. We're going to take a 10-minute break.
Yeah, 10 minutes or so. We'll get us a little bite
to
eat.
We'll let the camera stay down here shooting with the Lady Dragons, and then we're going to be back. We're just going to go dead air. We're not going to play advertisements.
Yep. Just watch the girls warm up and
go get yourself something in the kitchen, or if you're watching at home, get what you need to do. Go out.
We got right at 16 minutes here before game time. We got 5:16, so right at about 5:30, they're going to be pretty close to being on time. So come back about 5:30, and we'll get you going with Lady Dragons and Lady Satellites. All right, we got our bellies full. We're back and getting ready to go here. We got about 3.5 minutes before the girls varsity gets going, but we
have winning coach and slacker extraordinaire.
Yes.
Got Coach Kelsey Hollabaugh from the champion JV girls, no trophy included. Coach K.
Back-to-back champions of the Winter Classic for the JV
Yeah,
program.
tell us, how does that feel, back-to-back?
Good. You probably can't tell until, no time's left. We were up by 10 still, and I was...
Yeah, they were able to, Winamac came back a couple points on you in the third period, but you guys fought back and had a really good fourth period and finished out the game 12-8. So you got a really good game out of Abby Manikowski.
Yeah. Yep.
She did a nice job for you. And
yeah, she was high scorer of the game for both teams and for the team, obviously, with 13. We talked about a couple crucial buckets. One was the nice feed from Kuntz over to Vanderweel with an easy
that's what
bucket.
I was trying to say. Lexi's layup
and
there
hers was crucial. And then the ouch.
Sorry.
The rebound with the and one from Stone, and then she made that three-point play.
A big play was that rebound she got
on the ground.
She was
sitting down. Yeah, well,
I
it's
saw
like
her
no
right
one
there.
calls over the back anymore.
I yelled grab it because I knew I was going to call timeout.
Timeout, so you did. But that was a good play by you. Her to catch the ball and you be ready to get that timeout called, and then the nice layup from the corner. When the ball was fed over to Manikowski, penetrated, saw that was open. Those were the three buckets that just said, you know what, you're not going to catch us.
Right.
So. All right. Well, if you want, you can stay here if you don't have to go down there.
I don't have to go right now.
Okay. But I want to go over a little bit here. We got about a minute and a half before this game starts. And we got, this is a big matchup here tonight for the girls varsity championship. It's going to be the number 3 in Class A Lady Dragons, 11-1 on the season. And they're going to be taking on the number 7 South Central Satellites. They're 10-4 on the year. Lady Dragons are coached by Gary Teal. He's 45-31 in his 4th year with Argos, and he's 203 and 141 in his 16th year overall. Lady Satellites are coached by Rick Budka. He is 88-76 in his 8th year with South Central. Everything I've been seeing, Sagrin has them 6-7. 118, 119 overall, and Harrell has them predicted 44-46. So should be a really tight game here. If Argus comes out and plays the way we've seen them play, I think that they can bring another trophy. Well, they can bring a trophy home. They can bring a trophy home, unlike the JV who only won the game.
We're gonna make our own.
Didn't get a trophy. Yeah. So
that's all right. We'll recruit one of our sponsors, Mr. Trophy, to go ahead and get us one because the girls worked super hard to get it, and they deserve it. So
definitely deserve it. And I think Argus is going to be the home team on the scoreboard. So we're going to do starting lineups.
Are we doing an anthem?
I think they're not doing the anthem. I think
save it.
I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Boys more important. They get the anthem.
We didn't get the trophy, and we're not getting. Are we getting the anthem, or we're not real sure?
Okay.
All right, we are going to do the national anthem. All right, Coach Kelsey, thanks for joining us.
All right,
here we are with the national anthem. All right, so
getting ready to go. We're going to do the South Central starting lineup first, I believe.
All right, championship game, South Central Lady Satellites versus the Argos Lady Dragons. Oh, boy. I didn't find out who the winner of the consolation JV game was, but we knew it went to double overtime. Number 23. Here we go, number 23. South Central varsity. Morgan Wright. Number 30, Kyla Budka. Number 42, Olivia Tolman. Number 33, Riley Popwell. And number 32, Janelle Mintzler for the Lady Dragons. Number 10, Courtney Dunlap. Number 14, Laura Rospopo. Number 22, Kennedy Binkley. Number 24, Macy Stricker. And the big girl, number 44, Kaylin Barlow.
All right, the Lady Satellites are led by Riley Popwell. She's scoring 19.6 and pulling down 10.9 rebounds a game.
Big numbers.
And Wright is their outside shooter. She's doing 12.4.
Where's Popwell committed? I know she's.
It is USC Upstate, I believe. Yeah, I think University of South Carolina, UNC Upstate.
UNC,
it's one of the Carolinas Upstate. It's
Upstate
a D1
Carolina
school.
D1.
Yeah, so she's big time here for the Lady Satellites.
Tip off, and she gets the tip over Barlow. And they are going with pace. Jump down and shoots. Misses. Ball's loose. Rebound Binkley. And here comes Dunlap. Pulls it back. Ross Popo. Barlow kicks it out. Ross Popo for three, and that's good!
All right, great start by the Lady Dragons.
And presses on. They break it. And they're going to be all over the fans. They're going to be all over the officials. Here's a three. And it's good at the other end. Number 30. Budka puts it in. Tie ball game. Here comes Stricker. Kicks it over. Dunlap drives. Kicks it out to Stricker. Stricker for a little jumper. And it's just off the mark. And there comes the Lady Satellites. Tolman looks like the point guard. Popwell shoots, misses, rebound. Barlow. Barlow's going to have to be tough. Kicks it way down low. Stricker goes, drives, puts it up for two, and what a nice shot. Good feed out of Dunlap. Dragons up 5-3. And there's a silly foul. Oh, come on, girls. You know you can't beat them to the spot. There's no reason to bump them like that. They know better.
It's going to be the first team foul on Argus. First foul of the game.
Yeah.
It's going to go on Stricker. 6:39 left, 5-3. Argus with the early lead.
Tolman has it. Kicks it back over. Right. Dribbles. Caddy corner. Just about throws it away. Good recovery. Kicks it back over. Down low. Jumper. Way off. Popwell with the rebound. And Barlow walks into her.
It's going to put Popwell at the line shooting two.
Popwell's excited to go to the line. She was instantly there, waiting, set up, ready to go. First one's up, and it's good. For the Dragons to be successful, they're going to have to limit her points. Second one is good, and we're back to a tie ball game. Much better start out of the Dragons for this game than what they had against Michigan City, their other, what you would call, biggest rival of the season. Stricker has it. Kaylin was open. She needs to post it. Bad pass, tipped away, stolen from Dunlap. All the way in the corner. She jumps, goes, throws it up, and gets the bucket.
South Central pushed the ball down the floor, and everybody had their head turned the wrong way. And we're able to get an easy layup, 7-5 now. South Central was a 2-point lead.
Stricker has it. Dunlap looks. Ross Popo. Stricker fakes. Ross Popo for three. and just off the mark. Rebound, weak side. Dunlap drives in, goes up, and she gets blocked from Popperwell. Tips it away.
That'll walk. Turnover. Yep. First turnover for the Lady Satellites.
I wanted to see Dunlap put that bucket up there. She, unfortunately, she's got the block from behind. Good weak side rebound. Stricker, or Ross Popo has it. Over to Stricker. Binkley had the open door. Looks. Kicks over to Dunlap. Ross Popo. Stricker for three. Nope. Decides to king across. Dunlap for three. And just off the mark, Stricker. And that's her second foul. All she did is put her other hand up on her back.
That's going to put Stricker probably on the bench for a good little bit
goodness,
here.
Yeah. 4:56 left and 2
Shannon
fouls.
Miller's going to check in for her.
Stricker's not going to be happy. Ball low. That was another travel. Popwell, jumper, and it's off the mark. Rebound, Stricker. And jump ball. 42, Tolman is very physical. She is not the least bit shy about it. She is going to knock him around. Coach Cal says you can tip from the back, but don't put your other hand to rest on it. Miller's up, kicks it over to Ross Popo. Now Miller comes across the top. Oh, ball into Barlow, good, and there's the foul on Tolman. Coach Teal telling Shannon Miller, get in shoot a position when you get that ball. If you're open, take it, then look to dump it. Ross Popo gets the ball. Fakes, looks. Binkley. Dragons need to pound the ball in low. Gets the ball in. Over to Miller. Fakes. And that's a travel.
Ball got jostled out of Val's hands and wasn't able to recover.
I want Barlow to turn and put it up. You can't dump it when you're down on the paint with the ball. You got 3 inch or 4 or 5 inch advantage over Tolman. What is it? Tolman is 5'8". Yeah. There's a turnover. Dragons have it. Over to Miller. Miller, a little jumper, and it's in. Good ball from Ross Popo.
It ties it up at 7 with 4:05 left in the first period.
And the ball's loose, and it goes off of Miller's feet, but it's a good defense.
Good pressure by the Dragons.
Barlow is going to have to be tough. She's going to have to go against Popwell. Get her in foul trouble. And there's an almost a stolen from Popwell jumper, and it's blocked, and it's going to go to the Dragons. Barlow blocks it. And their coach is not happy, thinking that they should be way ahead of the Dragons, and it's been a really tough game, both sides, 7-7. Dunlap has it, drives. Good move out of Dunlap, puts it up for 2. Smart play.
Nice, tough drive by Dunlap.
And the Dragons are playing some there's a drive.
Yeah, he got it.
Yep. And there's Coach calling a timeout for Lady Satellites.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. 9-7, Argos with the early lead.
Whether it's new or just new to you, most people don't put buying a vehicle at the top of their favorite things to-do list. At Oliver Ford Lincoln, we try to break that stereotype.
We felt good about purchasing our vehicles here because I know how much Oliver Ford does for community outreaches.
And, you know, I love the Mustang, so.
He loves the Mustang, but I drive it.
Hold your hand treatment. It's a lifetime experience at Oliver Ford Lincoln in Plymouth, where we tip our hat to you.
All right, we're back 9-7. Argos with the lead. We got 3:38 left to go in the first period. We've got 4 starters and Miller in for Stricker, who had to go out with 2 quick fouls.
Stricker and Stone. Stone for the JV, Stricker for the varsity.
I know, we're both sitting here pulling our hair out. Well, I'm pulling my hair out, and you're just rubbing your head.
Ball's into Miller. Miller looks. Have no problem dribbling out. Gives it over to Dunlap. Dunlap has it. Barlow coast up and relax. Dunlap for 3 and puts it in.
All right, that's big time there by Dunlap, 12-7.
And they're getting the ball to Popwell, their big girl, to bring it down. And she swings the thread and stopped by Barlow. Puts a huge smack down on the shot. Over to Ross Popo. There you go. Courtney Dunlap gets the ball back around. Over to Miller. Coach telling patience. We're up 12-7. We're running it. Over to Dunlap in the corner. Caddy
Nice
corner.
pass.
Miller, little bucket. And it's good.
Nice
Great
look.
vision out of Dunlap. And it's loose. Popwell has it. And they're going to call the foul on Ross Popo.
That's a good foul, though. They're going after the ball.
Yep. You're working that hard. You're going to get some fouls. You're causing fits for Satellites. Here comes a sub. Number 21, Anthony coming in. And out goes Budka. Ay, ay, ay. Kicks the ball in the corner. Travels.
Yep.
Travels bigger than life.
Coach Budka for the Satellites is not happy with their turnovers so far.
Well, the Dragons' defense is what we have to have it. Top shelf pressure all the time. Binkley gets it over to Miller. Caddy corner to Dunlap. Drives, and there's a foul on Tolman, and that's exactly what you want to do. That might be her second. And you go ahead and charge, and then you're going to knock out some of the better players because that's her second foul.
Well, that's the one thing that could be an advantage for the Dragons if they can get them in foul trouble. There's not a lot of girls on the Satellites bench.
No, you can tell that that's number 20 coming in, Smoker, and she's a sophomore. Ball out to Ross Popo. Ross Popo sets for three, and it's just off the mark.
Nice block out that time by Wright.
Yep. Dragons set up. Ooh, just about went through her hands. Smoker.
Good defense by Binkley.
Barlow.
Oh,
my goodness.
I'm not sure.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That was a pretty clean play there by Barlow, but she's going to get the call.
That's her second.
And she's been playing really well so far in the first period.
Well, and Popwell's just going to go after her. She's just going to keep going towards her. They're depending on her because the starters are out. And
First
Anna
free
Barlow,
throw.
Anna Barlow's taking her jersey off. She's going to have to go in for Kaylin. That's her second.
All right, 2 minutes left, 14-8, Argos with the lead.
And I like the way it's going right now because Satellites are disarrayed. Here's the miss and rebound Miller. Dunlap has it. And they got Popwell all the way out on Dunlap. I want to see Barlow. Miller jumps, holds it, lands, and we turn it over. Barlow needs to move and cut down. She had a backdoor pass if she would just have broke down when Miller comes toward her. She needs to recognize that. Popwell gets it. Kicks it over. And she throws it away. And another turnover out of the Satellites.
Yeah, she's a great player, but I don't think you want her handling the ball 90 feet.
They
from
have
the
to
bucket.
have her. She's got to bring the ball up. She's their best dribbler on the field right now, or on court. So where she catches it. Dunlap takes a quick jumper, just off the mark. Popwell's going to go straight at her.
They're going to get her for a block.
She's too good of a player. You let her go ahead and take that shot. You're just giving her free throws, but you're giving yourself lots of fouls. Now we're at 6. They're going to be killing us in the second period on the 1-and-1s. And she misses again.
In and out. Yeah, she's 2, 3.
1 of 4, if I remember right.
She hit 2 for 2, didn't she, the first time out?
No, she missed the second one.
I thought that was her second time. This is her 6th free throw, isn't it?
She misses again and rebound Dunlap, and Dunlap's going with pace. She sees Ross Popo. She's going to dish to her. Kicks it over. Fakes. Miller. Dunlap. Coach telling her patience. 14-8. Run the play. Min 11. Ball's low to Barlow. Kicks it out to Ross Popo. Ross Popo with a good little floater.
Nice play there by Barlow into Ross Popo.
Yep. Popwell, trap. She picks the dribble up.
Get a rotation. Oh, we didn't get it in the middle.
Kicks it over. Touch foul. Send them to the line. 1-1. Silly.
I'm not
in the 1-1 before the first quarter is over. The whistle's definitely flying around. Jeez, oh Pete. And first one's good. Unorthodox free throw shot, but it went in. Kidwell in. Mintner's out. Second one from Smoker. And
off
good rebound out of Dunlap. 45 seconds left. 1 second play. Run it. 16-9. Cuts the back door. Ross Popo puts it up for 2. What a good play.
Beautiful cut. Nice pass from Dunlap. Just past the outreached hands of the South Central player.
Misses. Rebounds. Puts it up. Misses. And puts it in.
3 opportunities that time by Popplewell. Somebody's got to get a body on her and block her out.
Now, Anna Barlow's going to have to be stronger. 18-11. Dragons playing well, but they are in foul trouble already.
Got Barlow on the bench. Got Stricker on the bench. 2 fouls.
They're in the 1-1 for the whole third quarter. Foul!
That was a clean block there by Popplewell.
No. They're going to call this out the other, and that's a body. When you do a complete tomahawk and the ball hasn't left their hand, this one over our first game was definitely a clean. All right, 2.7 seconds left. Let's see what happens.
Uh-oh. Courtney thought they were going to zig, and they zagged. You've got to realize you got time. Left-handed half-court shot by Miller is off the mark.
She's hurting her three-point stats.
18-11 after 1. Argus has the lead. We'll be right back.
Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, and one you'll live with for a long time. Fortunately, you don't have to face this decision alone. Hereford Home Inspections will point out and explain any problems with the home, as well as the good features of the property. With the newest technology, you'll receive a written on-site report. No waiting. Hereford Home Inspection helps you make an informed decision and take the worry out of buying a new home. HerefordHomeInspection.com, 498-6013. That's 498-6013.
All right, we're back getting ready to start the second period. Argus with an 18-11 lead, but they're in a little bit of foul trouble. They've got 2 girls on the bench with 2 fouls after that first period. 17 fouls. South Central's in the 1-1 bonus, so that could come back and bite them in the butt here if this.
By the end of the game, especially.
Right. So
I expect a much uglier second half or second quarter out of us. They got to stop Popwell.
Yeah, they gave her 3 opportunities on this. She came down, same thing she'd done the play before. Came down and got right to the bucket and was unable to finish, but then she got a rebound, unable to finish that, got another rebound, put it in for 2. So
far, though, she's not been crazy hot, so that's a good thing for the Dragons.
Well, in a way, but also in a way when she does get hot.
I know. It could get ugly.
Second period underway. South Central with the first ball.
Ball's over to Popwell. And
blocked by
over the back. There it is. I'm sorry. That's over the back, bigger than life. Misses. Oh, he's addressing the official by the name. First name, that's a technical.
So they got an over the back on 44 from South Central.
That's a technical when the coach addresses an official by their first name instantly. I don't care who you are. That needs to be teed up. Tell them that, hey, we're not going to deal with that stuff. Ball's over to Binkley. They've left her alone. Dunlap.
Well, Binkley needs to take that.
Yep.
We've seen her shoot 3. And
Dunlap goes up and misses. Rebound Popwell, and she's going with pace.
She got right down there for an easy bucket. Nobody got back on defense for the Lady Dragons that time.
Yeah, Miller was by herself against Popwell and Wright. She's not going to do much.
7 minutes, 18-13, Argus 5-point lead.
Dragons need to run it. Ross Popo to Miller. Barlow. I want Barlow down low, posting up, drawing some fouls. Dunlap goes. There's
there
a
you
foul.
go.
That's what we're talking about.
That's going to be a foul on Popplewell, and Dunlap's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
That's what we've been talking about. We want them to try to get that, cause the fouls.
That's her first foul.
She's going to be tired. She's already having to do extra work because she's bringing the ball down the court. First one good by Dunlap. But
Free
you can
throw's
see
good.
her.
You can see Popplewell is really
laid
laboring.
over on her knees, breathing while that first shot was going off because she's having problems. Her hands are on her knees, and she is tired already. Look at her. And second one's off.
Don't go over the back.
Popplewell looks up. Gets a good stop by Dunlap. Jumper. And it's in and out. And Dunlap needs to block out on that. Kidwell gets the rebound. 4-point lead for the Dragons.
You see a lot of times they just turn around and think they can jump up and get the ball, and it bounces a little farther away. And a block
Dunlap.
out. There's a 3 by Dunlap. Is
That's
in and out.
And there's a foul by Barlow. Eight fouls to 4. That's the same thing at both ends, but not getting called that way at the moment. I don't know. We'll see how Kidwell does from the line. And it's in.
Brings it to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, kind of what we thought. We'd have some issues with some of our starters on the bench.
Second free throw is off the back. Rebound Miller.
Gets to Dunlap. Popplewell stayed all the way at the other end so she wouldn't have to run. She just stayed down there and relaxed, trying to catch her breath. Dunlap with a straight line to the bucket. Picks it up. Popplewell. Throws. Kicks the ball down. Miller on right. Ross Popo on right. Popplewell all the way out to the 3-point line. Jumper, and it's weak. Rebound Barlow. Gives it to Dunlap.
You can tell her legs just weren't underneath her on that shot.
Is struggling, and she's breathing hard. I don't know if she's been under the weather, but. Oh, Dunlap goes right by her. No problem. Ross Popo looks. There she goes. And there's going to be a bump foul.
It's going to be the second on 44.
I think it's her. Let's see. Nope.
30.
That's her first. And in comes, back in comes Mintzner. And out comes Kidwell, who did pretty well for the coming off the bench for him. Got that rebound and bucket. Dunlap has it. Gives it over to Ross Popo. Back over to Dunlap. Barlow wants it low. She's posted up, turns, shoots, and puts it in for 2.
Big time shot there by Anna Barlow.
She called for it. She got it. Here's a long throw.
Oh, we got one back. Oh, good.
And she's out of bounds, and it's turnover for the Dragons. Gets a ball. Pressure,
yeah. It's affecting the Lady Satellites.
And Popplewell does not like having to cover Dunlap, and I think it's a good mix for us. Dunlap has it. Kicks it over to Ross Popo. Looks. 3. And it's just off the mark.
Barlow almost got a hold.
She almost got another foul. Almost got the ball, but almost got the foul. Dunlap beats her to it and misses.
Over the back, no call.
Barlow gets it over to Dunlap. And Popplewell's got to go all the way down. Dunlap stops. Sets it up. And Popplewell, Dunlap goes right by her. She blocks the shot. And Popplewell's tired, and I like it. They got to keep pressuring her.
She's trying to will this team into this game, and
she's not doing the. You know, she's in trouble because she's almost by herself so far.
Kick ball.
All right, Anthony comes in. Dragons still up. And Miller gets the ball. Good outlet from Dunlap, having some issues getting the ball in over Popwell. Ross Popo looks. Oh, she's got an easy life and picks it all the way in and just misses. And misses the easy one, and that's
Ross Popo's open. Oh, too far by Miller.
Kicks it too far.
We got a South Central timeout. 23-16. The Argos Dragons have the advantage. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for farm ground to buy or have some you want to sell? Let the expert team of Halderman Real Estate and Farm Management be your go-to team. They combine years of experience with breaking technology to bring the buyer and seller together to maximize the best potential outcome for the clients they represent. Halderman's Marshall County representative is Kelly Hoffman. Give him a call today at 574-274-1948 for all of your real estate or personal property auction needs. Halderman's Real Estate and Farm Management. Give Kelly Hoffman a call, 574-274-1948.
All right, we're back. We got 3:53 left to go in the first half. Argos with a 23-16 advantage. They've come out pretty well here in the second period with a couple of their starters on the bench. Got really big contributions so far from Dunlap and Rospopo. And Miller and Binkley have played really well. And then they had a nice inside move there by Anna Barlow a few plays ago.
Yep.
And really doing a nice job. The one thing I can see it being a little advantage for Argos is the depth that they have compared versus to South Central. They've got 1 to 2 players, and man, they're just big drop off.
I think Coach called that timeout just to give Popwell a break. She was laboring.
She's working hard.
She's got to.
This pressure here by the Lady Dragons is making her work extra hard.
Yeah. Ball gets down, kicks it back. They're looking for Popwell. Denial defense from Barlow. Here's the ball in. Barlow.
Anna Barlow comes over late and gets her on the arm. That's going to put them at the line shooting 2. That's going to be Barlow's first or second?
Second. Nope. They give it to Dunlap.
Oh.
Ay.
I don't even know where she was at.
She was on the inside, and Barlow came right over on her, but it's all right. Here's what we got to do. And the first one's good.
23-17. Coach Steele's going to have to decide whether he's going to want to go back with a couple starters with 2 fouls. He's got Dunlap out there.
Mm-hmm.
Second free throw's off the front.
Rebound Dunlap. Well, no matter what you do, keep Dunlap in. Just have her go against Popwell the whole time. Wear her out to where she can't physically do anything. I would probably leave Anna Barlow in to tell you the truth. She has no fouls. Kaylin's got 2.
South Central's adjusted their defense. They're in a 1-2-2 now. They want to give Popwell a little chance to catch her breath.
Yeah, she didn't.
Her on Dunlap was not working.
Yep. Dunlap takes it all the way in and misses the shot. She can't believe it. She's upset with herself. And they break loose, and here comes the Lady Satellites. Miller with the good defense to shut her down.
Good job that time by Barlow. Popwell was running hard. Barlow got down the floor and shut her off.
Misses. Rebound. Dunlap. And there's a silly foul on Lady Satellites. Frustration. Coach is all over them, and they're trying to. When he's yelling at them, that really feeds on the girls, and then they do this frustration foul like that. It's only her first. Mitzner's. I want to see Barlow down there posting up against Popwell and trying to draw some more fouls. Her first shot was smooth. Take advantage of it. Over to Binkley. Binkley looks. Kicks it over to Miller. Miller fakes. Down to Dunlap. Kicks it over to Ross Popo for 3. And it's too hard. Rebound out of the Lady Satellites. Stop the ball.
Nobody turned their heads. She goes all the way to the bucket. Makes the layup. All 5 Lady Dragons had their heads turned. Nobody decided to stop the ball.
That's that Tolman. That's the one I said it was their player for the point guard. She's fearless. very strong and goes straight at the Dragons and cuts the lead.
Coach Teal's going to call a timeout, 23-19 now. We'll be right back.
Looking for a basketball league or tournament, or for a place to improve your overall game? Well, look no further than the Zone Sports Complex of Northern Indiana. The Zone, located on the west side of Plymouth, is the place to be for all of your basketball needs. We have hoops clinics and camps, plus individual and group basketball lessons. You won't find any place that offers the kind of coaching you'll get at the Zone, which features a pair of coaches who played college basketball, including Dwayne Morton, Kentucky's 1990 Mr. Basketball Award winner and one of the greatest players ever in Louisville basketball history. So make sure you don't delay and you join the Zone team today. Like the Zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org for all the Zone's upcoming events. Give us a call at 574-935-3939 and get in the Zone.
We're back here. We got 2:11 left to go in the first half. 23-19. Argus holding on to a 4-point lead, but South Central is going to go to the line here, try and shoot free throw to make an old-fashioned 3-point play here off of a pretty bad defensive play. Yep. The Lady Dragons just all
turned away.
Everybody
from the
had
ball.
their heads
Yep.
turned, and the girl just went right in for a wide-open layup with Fowler. Now she's going to go for the 3-point play. It's 5-8 so far here in the second period. Lady Satellites with a little bit of an advantage here.
Popwell's setting up backwards against Barlow.
Free throw is in
no
and
good.
out.
Barlow
no
gets
good.
the rebound. Half-hearted effort out Popwell. I tell you, she's a little tired. She's not even going for rebounds off free throws. She's just kind of like, all right, we'll just make it work.
Popwell's back on Dunlap, so they need to recognize that and give it to her.
Barlow. Gives it to Dunlap. Miller has it. Looks. Barlow.
They're not looking. They got that roll going. They're screening and rolling, and the roll's there if they're not looking at it.
Yep. Dragons have no problem with holding the ball. They're the ones up by 4.
Round the back, around the back, and shoots it in for 2. Much needed bucket there for the Lady Dragons.
There's Tolman.
And we got numbers.
Kicks it over. Baseline jumper way off. And it rolls. Oh, my word. It hits the back side of the rim and goes straight up and then goes in.
Shooter's roll right there.
Guess.
We got a minute left in the first half. 4-point lead.
Up by 4. Needs a nice bucket here.
Nice job by Dunlap. Got her.
You betcha. Great work. Just worked her until she got in position to make her move to the bucket and then totally dragged her, sucked her right into causing that foul. And their coach wasn't happy about it.
So he's got to decide whether he wants to take the chance of leaving her out with 44 seconds left in the half.
Yeah.
She picks up her third. They're in trouble.
If you ask me, I'd pull her.
I don't know if she's ever been out. Free throws off by Dunlap. The ref even looks over here and is like, are you leaving her in, coach? But he's going to leave her in, and she's going to have to play smart.
This is where the Dragons need to take the charge.
Dunlap's second free throw is on the way.
And it's good.
26-21.
All right, here comes the Dragons. Going to try to make a stop and take it down. Here, let's see what happens. 37 seconds left. Kicks it in. Kicks it over.
Stops. Get the ball.
And it's loose, and they're going to call a foul on Barlow.
She just threw her hands up in the air, and she got the call. That's going to be Barlow's second, and they're going to call that a shooting foul. 25 seconds left to go in the half, 26-21.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad it was on Barlow and not Dunlap. That'd have been Dunlap's third.
And Popwell is off from the line.
She's tired.
Yeah.
You can see it in her free throws. And she's had to work hard. The defense on the Dragons has been tremendous. That one goes, and then she's had to deal with Dunlap on the opposite end.
And they're going to give her a
break. And she's out.
Yep.
I knew that was only a matter of time.
25 seconds left. They don't want her to pick up a silly third foul here with Dunlap taking it to her aggressively again.
Dragons still up by 4. Going to set up with one shot.
Setting up the screen and roll with Barlow.
Ross Popo.
And that's a short shot, 26-22 at the half. Argus with the 4-point advantage. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with some stats and get an update on what the JV boys are doing down in the other gym. We'll be right back.
What does Valspar and Best Look Quality Paint, pressure washers, nuts and bolts, canning supplies, bug spray, chicken coops, fire pits, lawn furniture, grills, carpet cleaners, garden hoses, lawn seed and fertilizer, and everything in between have in common? They can all be found at your local Argos Do It Best Hardware, 200 West Walnut Street. Argos Do It Best is your one-stop shop with the hometown service and knowledge you have grown to love. Argos Do It Best Hardware, 200 West Walnut Street in Argos.
The products you know, the people you trust, do it best.
Since 1989, Frick Services Incorporated in Leiders Ford has been serving customers from Fulton, Pulaski, Marshall, and Stark counties with sales and service of seed, custom spread fertilizer, ag lime, custom spray ag chemicals, and hydrous ammonia, and offers the ProTech Partners program. This hard-to-find location is in the north. Specializes in seamless gutters and all aspects of concrete work, walls, flat work, and yes, decorative concrete. Contact Rob Herford at 574-229-0971 and let H&H Contracting help you design the project of your dreams. H&H Contracting partners with their homeowners to produce the work of the highest quality and making sure everyone is satisfied with the final design. 0971 or email Rob Herford at rherford@yahoo.com. Take the worry out of buying a new home with a Herford Home Inspection. You can be confident that Herford Home Inspectors have completed a comprehensive training course and used the latest technology available, and they have over 10 years' experience. Oftentimes, it's the little things that separate a good home from a great home, and the Herford Home Inspectors are right there to talk you through the process of any needed repair. An informed buyer is a confident buyer. Be confident in your purchase. Call Herford Home Inspection, 498-6013. That's Herford Home Inspection, 498-6013.
Have you heard of the Zone Sports Complex in northern Indiana? The good news is now it's open and there's simply nothing like it. Best of all, it's in our backyard. The 30,000 square foot sports facility is located on the west side of Plymouth, right off US 30, just minutes from Argus. The zone has leagues, tournaments, clinics, camps, and one-on-one group lessons for basketball and volleyball, as well as speed, strength, and agility training for all sports. The zone also features indoor soccer, which will soon be housed in a brand new 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility that will also house flag football, lacrosse, softball, and baseball. Like the zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org for all of the zone's upcoming events. Call 574-935-3939 today and find out that there's simply no place like the zone.
Life insurance is one of those things that make people want to change. They probably don't have enough. That's why Alvin D. Morris of State Farm focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on with your family by calling Alvin D. Morris at State Farm, 574-772-3600. That's 574-772-3600. Or visit his office at 1800 South Heaton Street in Knox, Indiana.
All right, we're back at the half. 26-22, Argus holding on to a 4-point advantage over the Lady Satellites from South Central High School. And, Andy, we got some halftime stats here for...
All right, for the Lady Satellites, we have Smoker with 1, Wright with 4, Budka with 5, Minster with 1, Toolman with 2, Kidwell with 3, and then Popwell held to 6 points. That's huge. She's struggling a little bit. Defense has been really good out of the Dragons. Foul-wise, which is nice, we got Popwell with 2, Tolman with 2. That's their top 2 players, both with 2 fouls already. On the Dragon side.
What does Wright have for points?
Wright only has 4.
4, so she's their second leading scorer with 4, and
their
leading scorer only has 6.
So that's a very good half for defensively on the Dragons. On the offensive end, Anna Barlow with a smooth 2-pointer. Stricker with 2. Ross Popo with 7, and Dunlap with 11. The bad, I guess. That was the good, the bad, the ugly. The ugly is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Dragon players with 2 fouls. Dunlap, Ross Popo, Stricker, Barlow, and Barlow.
Both Barlows
Yikes.
with 2. The only advantage I can see that that will give the Lady Dragons is the fact that Barlow, Kaylin Barlow, and Macy Stricker both went out fairly early, in the first period with those 2 fouls, and they're going to be fresh. And if they can come in and get into the flow of the game, like you said, Popplewell was really struggling there. She, you could tell she was having to work extra hard. She is, 90% of the team, and it's taking its toll on her. She's, she's wearing down. So if they can take advantage of that with some fresh starters coming back in here, and if they can figure out how to play, what the refs are calling, and not get a couple quick fouls and get pulled out again, they may have a pretty good advantage here coming into the second quarter or third quarter. Argus went out in the first quarter 18-11, had a 7-point advantage going into the second period, and then South Central came back and outscored the Dragons 8-11 in the second period to bring it to a 26-22 halftime game for Argus with the lead. So
yeah, the way I look at it, though, this is the Dragons' game to lose because they're doing a lot of the stuff right, and the defense has been super tough. And Popwell, even though she's a very tough player, when you are on her all the time and she's trying to keep up at the offensive end, playing defense on someone like Dunlap, it really weighs hard on her, and she gets tired. And she's just come back from break. She's coughing into her arm. Her face is red. I tell you, she's not feeling well, and you can see that it's on her.
Yeah, and the thing with Barlow, Kaylin especially, she was really playing pretty well there in the first period. She just unfortunately got caught up on I think one of the fouls was kind of a silly call.
Yeah.
And then the other one was definitely a foul. But, if she can stay clean in the second half and play with the motion and movement that she was in the first, I think she was doing really well, playing better than I've seen her play for quite a while. So, probably go back with the 5 starters. Dunlap's got to be careful. She's got 2 fouls, but she's a smart player, and she's going to do the things that she needs to stay in good shape. So we got an update down at the boys.
17-8.
17-8. They're down in the championship game of the JV boys. So our bid for 4, not looking real great.
Well, we're going to give. I'm going to tell you right now, Winnemac JV boys is a super tough team.
Yeah.
The Dragons did very well to win their game in the first game, but it's going to be super hard to do that against the Winnemac. They're super tough. You got to give them credit. So.
And the boys coming up here after this one is going to be a tough one.
Another tough one also, yep.
That was a game that, rematch of a game earlier in December that they came up 3 points short, but once they got over the shell shock of the way that Winnemac was playing, they did really well and actually pulled ahead there at one point with like a minute left in the game, and they took a 1-point lead. But that was short-lived, and Winnemac came back and scored the last 4 points and ended up winning by 3. So we'll see, if they can avenge that loss from earlier in the season and maybe pull away some hardware here tonight. So we got about a minute left. I want to thank all of our sponsors. Big night here for us with 3 games on tap. Everybody that helps us out. The Zone Sports Complex, definitely big-time sponsors for us. Oliver Ford, Argus Do It Best, Frick Services, H&H Contracting, Hereford Home Inspections, Rob Hereford, Jenny Hereford, you guys are great. Halderman Real Estate, State Farm Insurance, and, of course, In Stitches and Signs. And, like we said, we've got the Fitness Foreign coming back with us this
second half of the season.
And also want to give a big shout-out to our Dragon mascot, Kyle Kuntz, feeling a little under the weather tonight,
Oh,
and
poor
he's watching
feller.
us from
Is he
home.
watching? Oh,
he's
good
watching
job,
from
Kyle.
home. Brian said he was going to check us out. So, Kyle, get to feeling better, and hopefully we'll see you back here on our next home game. Back in your suit where you belong.
There you go.
It's going to be Argus ball to start the second half.
Let's see how we start. The starters are back out. Stricker had a nice rest. I'm sure she's not happy about it, but she had a good rest, so she should have fresh legs. And I want to see us take it at Popwell, see what we can do with it. Stricker back over to Binkley. Kicks it over to Valerie Rospopo. Stricker looks. Rospopo. Kick ball.
Stay Argus, going to take it out underneath.
You know, I'm all for running down the clock a little bit.
As long as they get something productive at the end of it.
Ball's into Rospopo. Not really sure how it got there. Binkley.
Just kind of dribbled over there.
Dunlap kicks it out. Smart. Rospopo for three, and it's good. What a way to start the second half.
Just like she did in the first half.
Yep.
Good job there by Val getting that open three. Little full court press there by Argus. And once again, nobody turns their head. Nice block out by Stricker.
Very smart. Good work.
Popplewell was going after that, and she just blocks her out and lets it go out of bounds.
All right, Dragons. Nice. Got to see what we can do here. Let's extend this lead. Here comes Stricker. Okay, over to Rospopo. Looks. Got plenty of room. Dragons can hold the ball and relax a little bit.
Looks like South Central's in a kind of a 1-2-2.
It's
maybe.
a 1-2-2 floating zone. Binkley has it in the corner. Rotates. Rospopo off the mark, and Barlow's going to get the rebound way out high. Kicks it over to Stricker. Stricker steps up, takes her chance at the three.
Oh, bank it in. Oh, the bank is open.
I'll take it. So, Dragons with 6 quick points. The ball's loose, and they're going to go Dunlap on her third foul.
Oh, no. That shot by Stricker puts it out 32-22. That was
silly foul, unfortunately. Just kind of a trip foul. Now Dunlap has 3. She's got to play smart. Tolman going to drive in, kicks it out, kicks it over again. Down to get to Popplewell. Popplewell looks. Barlow just stands there.
Oh, no.
No, that's terrible.
She played perfect
She played
defense
good
on
defense.
that one.
That's terrible. That's weak. Ay, ay, ay. Yep, that's
she did a
terrible
nice job.
call.
She came back and she let Popplewell come into her, and she went straight up. I don't know.
And it was a late call to boot.
Yeah.
Popplewell makes the first one. Terrible call.
It was one of those almost looked like he was waiting to see if it goes in, and then he calls the foul.
I know. It was just kind of weird. And
both free throws are good. She's got her legs back under her.
Got a
in the
little bit
second
of
half.
a rest, and that's the third on Barlow. Nice thing is, if they come out to cover the shooters like their coach is screaming at them, that's going to leave Barlow open down low. And there's a... Dunlap has it.
Hey here. He's got one more coming up. 32-24, 6:01 left to go in the third.
Shots up, and that one's good.
33-24.
And Tolman's going to go straight at him. That's the way she kind of like the bulldog charging with the ball, and there she goes. Kicks it over. A long three, and it's not close. And rebound out of Stricker. Up to Rospopo. Rospopo
nice
turns and turns it back. Smart play. Takes the three, and it misses. Oh, tapped out.
Well, she got lucky on that one because she kind of could have got it called on a foul there.
Yeah. And all you hear is Coach K saying, hey, that's not smart. Now, I hope they don't do just a makeup foul just because they let her get that one away.
Yeah, they would never do a makeup call, Andy.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. When they call the officials by the first name and don't tee them up, there's something going on. Ball's low, kicks it over, Popwell. Puts it, misses all together, and then rebounds Stricker.
Nice job by Barlow. She just kind of went back and let her have that shot.
Over to Dunlap. Dunlap misses. And there's a foul. And they're not going to get it right. They're going to get it. That was Popwell on that one.
Yeah, Popwell was clean on the back, but they could have called her anyway, and they're going to get 32. That's her second foul. Yeah,
Popwell's down on her knees on a perch, breathing. She's not
she must be
well.
she must have a bug.
Yeah, something.
Free throw's good by Dunlap.
Bronchitis, and their coach's going to call a timeout to give her a breather. He can witness and sees that she's hurting.
34-24, 5 minutes to go in the third. We'll be right back.
Looking for a basketball league or tournament, or for a place to improve your overall game? Well, look no further than the Zone Sports Complex of Northern Indiana. The Zone, located on the west side of Plymouth, is the place to be for all of your basketball needs. We have hoops clinics and camps, plus individual and group basketball lessons. You won't find any place that offers the kind of coaching you'll get at the Zone, which features a pair of coaches who played college basketball, including Dwayne Morton, Kentucky's 1990 Mr. Basketball Award winner and one of the greatest players ever in Louisville basketball history. So make sure you don't delay and you join the Zone team today. Like the Zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org for all the Zone's upcoming events. Give us a call at 574-935-3939 and get in the Zone.
Well, we've got 5 minutes left here in the third period, and Argos has come out 8-2 in the third period. They've got a free throw coming up here by Dunlap, so could say
nice
start out of the second half.
I said it. We want to come out. And they started with a couple threes, one from Ross Popo. Then Stricker takes hers, puts it in. And, you got to be smart. We don't need Barlow with another foul. We got Dunlap with 3, Barlow with 2, Stricker with 2. And we got to be playing well. So I think the Dragons just need to keep doing what they're doing. Their coach is going to, try and arrest Popwell as much as can. Telling their team what to do and try to get out on the shooters, which will only open up the center for us.
Second free throw is good for Dunlap. 35-24 now.
I think the Dragons should have stayed in that high-pressure defense. It was killing them. They were disliking it so much. Tolman kicks it over, fakes, brings it around. Over to Budka, kicks it over. Barlow, smart, and they just throw it out of bounds. That's straight to the Dragons' ball.
Good job by Kaylin Barlow that time.
Smart. I tell you what, I'm liking what she's doing. She's using her body, standing straight up, saying, "Hey, I'm tall, but I'm not hacking."
She's playing very well tonight. Even with the 3 fouls, 2 of them I don't think are,
Stricker for 2, and it's just off the mark. Tip out and rebound Popwell. Popwell has it. Dunlap, smart, and they're going to call a third on Stricker.
Well, she was running down the floor, and then the girl from South Central just outran her right. Just came down and got the position and got the ball. And
well, Coach Kelsey out at Stricker said, hey, use that glass, and then they won't have an opportunity for the rebound, which we've talked about it many a times, the lost art of using the glass.
I don't know how she could have done it from there. She was
on the baseline a little bit. I don't know if
I don't know.
She was thinking she could take a step in and use the glass, maybe drive and shoot it, but
first free throw is off.
Second
one
good.
Goes in, so 35-25.
Still a 10-point game for the Dragons. I tell you what, I don't know if South Central's caught off guard by the defense or just the play of the Dragons, but here's a 3 out of Dunlap. Misses.
Hits the
wire again. I think they really need to do something about that wire. It's a terrible position. That's twice I've seen that so far, once a game. And it's not really into play. It's just a bad position or bad design flaw for the bucket. Ball stolen by Binkley. Kicks it forward to Dunlap for an open layup. Puts it up and puts it in.
Nice job by Binkley to look up and see Dunlap for an easy layup.
Barlow stops her and gets the ball. And it's tapped out of bounds, and it's going to Dragons' way. Good play out of Barlow.
I tell you what, Kaylin Barlow has really
here comes the press. Here comes the high press. Coach is all over him.
We got a timeout, Argus. Coach Teal realizes we weren't set up to break that press, so he's going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Take the worry out of buying a new home with a Hereford Home Inspection. You can be confident that Hereford Home Inspectors have completed a comprehensive training course and use the latest technology available, and they have over 10 years experience. Oftentimes, it's the little things that separate a good home from a great home, and the Hereford Home Inspectors are right there to talk you through the process of any needed repair. An informed buyer is a confident buyer. Be confident in your purchase. Call Hereford Home Inspection, 498-6013. That's Hereford Home Inspection, 498-6013.
All right, we're back. A little bit of pressure there by the Lady Satellites, and Argos is forced to use a timeout, and it looks like they're going to drop back. And I think Coach Teal was setting up a press break, and now they're going to drop back.
Well, I don't know if their coach said, all right, we kind of caught them off guard. They got a timeout, but let's go back because we don't have the lungs and legs to do this.
Right. They don't quite have the horses to press right now.
Dunlap kicks it over. A great open shot out of Binkley. It's off the mark. Rebound, Barlow. Picks it up, kicks it out to Stricker. Strickers are going to set up. Over
good
to
job by
Dunlap.
Barlow again.
Very good. Good play all the way around. Dunlap kicks
nice.
it. Oh, and it's out of bounds off of.
Yep. That's
South Central. But, hey, that's a good defensive play out of South Central.
Yeah, because that was wide open there for a second.
Couple times,
she got in there quick.
They rotate the ball to Ross Popo.
Nice pass.
Yes, Barlow tips it, so Ross Popo ends up with the rebound, gives it over to Binkley.
That was a nice inbounds by Courtney Dunlap that time. Back door.
Oh, that was there, and she saw it. She goes, I know it, and it's too late. Ross Popo kicks over to Dunlap. I think they're just working the clock. They're going
I like what they're doing. They're
in no hurry.
They're not going to take anything rush. They're looking for something smart. Dunlap is a junior. She's going to get him in the right set. Nice pass.
And hey, brilliant. Barlow steps up with the defense. Shields off the screen, and Papua has nowhere. Dunlap feeds it over.
Travel.
And there's a travel. Dunlap feeds it to Kennedy Binkley and put it in for two. High-pressure defense again causes the travel, and here comes turnover, and out comes Tolman.
You know, if you're going to do that, we saw that the other night in the boys' game. They did the clock thing, and then they ended up not getting anything out of it. But that was great job by the Lady Dragons.
Was pure, perfect, exactly how it's been worked on.
Nice, easy
Papua's
layup.
trying to keep up with Dunlap and can't.
And
wow, you betcha. She's over the. You can't keep going from over to back.
Yeah, we got one from behind.
Yep.
That's going to be her third. That's going to put Dunlap at the line. Courtney Dunlap is really doing a nice job tonight. She's reading what's going on. She's really taking it strong to Popwell, and they're going to be in a world of hurt here if she gets her fourth foul here.
Yeah. Well, a couple times Popwell's let them gone by and then swatted from behind, and that time it bit her. That's her third foul. Dunlap here with the free throw, and it's going to be in.
Good job there by Dunlap. That's 40
to 25.
They've opened up a nice lead. I don't know what happened there. Wow. 6 to 1 here. What do we got since halftime? It was 26, so 14 to 3.
Second one's good.
15 to 3 now in the second half, third quarter. Wow, we've really come out on fire.
Well,
you
know what they can do in the fourth, so we got to keep playing our game, shutting them down. It's traveled bigger in life, and coach has no one to go in. And he's
going to go way deep on the bench.
Number 20. Smoker back in, and out comes 21, Anthony. She got in, take over her place, has first time she gets the ball, travels. Coach pulls her out immediately, and he is frustrated to end all and not sure about how to handle what these Lady Dragons are doing. Lady Dragons kick Stricker. Stricker for three, and it's going to be a little long. And a foul on Stricker from behind. That's her fourth. And she's coming out. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, she's having a rough night with fouls. She's got to realize, be smart. And
she's only had, 2 shots from the three-point line. She's made one. She's a 500 from the line. You can't complain. But she's got herself into some bad position on the free throw or foul line. And rebound Miller. Here comes the Dragons.
2 minutes to go in the third.
Barlow is wide open, says, hey, let's relax. And here comes the Dragons. They open it up, puts it up, and puts it in for 2.
Dunlap has taken over this game.
Yep. Smart play out of the Lady Dragons. They spread it out. They're going to attack the middle, then that'll leave the outside shot open for Ross Popo. Coach telling them, do something. Barlow tips it out of bounds.
It's going to stay Lady
Satellite. Shot out of Barlow again.
And she is playing like I have not seen her play for.
Yeah, I don't think she's actually scored tonight, but everything else she's done has been absolutely perfect.
She hasn't needed to. It's what she's doing on the defensive end that has been amazing.
Barlow up. Popwell trying to fight over and misses the shot.
That time she came down on her, and then Anna's going to come in here for her sister now. Got 2 shots here coming up for Popwell. That's only the third on Barlow.
It'll be all right. Frustration out of the coach.
I got 126, but
no, it wasn't. It wasn't that far.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Popwell at the line. First free throw is up and good. 43-26 now.
100% frustration out of the Satellite fans and coaching staff, which you can understand, but they're getting beat down by a quality team. And the Dragons got 2 players with 4 fouls, and here comes full court press. Binkley has it.
All right, we got an Argos timeout on the full court press. We'll be right back.
This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
All right, we're back. We got 1:19 left to go in the third period. Argos holding on to a 43-27 advantage. It's going to be Argos ball out of bounds on the right-hand side.
1:19 left. Oh, boy, I tell you. Frustration coming out of the South Central group. Like I said, the coaching staff, the fans, and definitely with the players, they're not sure how to handle this defense that the Dragons have been giving them. But, like we said, they've been doing low numbers all season long. It's not a fluke. The Dragons have been holding players and teams down to low numbers quite a bit.
Yeah, they only let West Central score 9 on Tuesday. So
Dunlap gets the ball. Let Tolman foul her. She's got a lot of fouls for the lady.
No problem by Dunlap bringing the ball up.
Kicks it out. Shannon Miller for 3. And it's good!
Hey, Shannon Miller, big time. 46-27.
Tolman goes. They're going to drive on him. Didn't even touch her.
They call that down here, but the girl right there at the half, oh, well.
That's all right. 6 fouls on the Dragons once again. That's only Ross Popo's 3rd. Dragons going to have to behave. And there's a steal out of Dunlap, and she's going to go in for the layup. Puts it in and totally misses. Kicks it up, and there's a bucket at the other end. The Dragons kick. Dragons need to settle down. That should have been a made layup out of Dunlap. And she's kicking herself over that. That would have been a great break. Dunlap gets it. And Dunlap goes right by her. Kicks it out. Easy layup and puts it in, and then there's an and one.
Courtney Dunlap has taken over. She is on fire in this
Unless
game.
somebody's not on her, then she misses the rim altogether.
Well, yeah, she's got to have somebody on her. It's
She
just
needs
too
two
easy.
on her, yeah. Oh, my.
30 seconds left in the third period. 48-29. Dunlap going to the line, shooting one. And the free throw is off the back
mark.
iron.
Barlow
but
with the big
Barlow
rebound.
over Popplewell.
She wasn't touching her. They're yelling over the back, but she didn't touch her the entire time. Actually, it had been a jump ball. That should have been a jump ball.
And that's going to be out of bounds. Kennedy Binkley's going to deflect that one off. It's going to be South Central ball with 20 seconds left.
Ay. Tolman has it. They're trying to get the ball to Popwell. Tolman, block. Oh, Barlow. That's all right. That's her third.
I know the one thing that I see that's hurting them is when they come down.
Yep. Just keep your hand up.
Coach Teal is illustrating for us right there. When they come down on that, that's when they get that call. First free throw is up and good.
Nice new shot.
17 seconds left.
Dragons up by 18. I wouldn't expect saying that going into the fourth quarter at the moment.
Well, I would rather say final Dragons win by 18, but there's a
whoa! Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? That's a foul. That's terrible. Yikes.
That was an offensive foul.
Dunlap has it.
Buzzer.
Put that in, oh my word.
After 3, Argos 48, South Central 31. We'll be right back.
Don't settle for second best. The Zone Sports Complex of Northern Indiana is simply the finest facility of its kind. Featuring 4 full-length IHSAA hardwood maple basketball courts, as well as a 1/3 court breakout area for individual and group, has all of your basketball needs. Whether it's basketball, volleyball, soccer, flag football, lacrosse, softball, or baseball, the Zone has it all. Located on the west side of Plymouth, the Zone has all of the bells and whistles that players, family, and friends are looking for. Whether it's watching your favorite team on a large flat-screen TV that features DirecTV with NFL Sunday Ticket, or enjoying free high-speed wireless internet. Or how about frequenting our awesome concession stand, which features Pizza Hut pizza, Hacienda chips and salsa, Hershey's ice cream, and Coke products. You'll quickly discover the Zone is in a league of its own. Like the Zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org. Give us a call, 574-935-3939 today.
All right. Well, Steve, what are you thinking so far?
Well, I'm thinking we had a 4-point lead at half, and that was a 22-9 quarter by the Lady Dragons, opening up a 17-point advantage. That's
we're getting messages from the cameraman up there. He's fearing for his life from some of the fans up there, getting really anxious and rowdy. Yeah.
Right,
and here
South
comes
Central.
the Dragons. Going to hold them off with some defense like they have all game. Popwell has been pretty much shut down. And there's a big bucket out of number 23.
That's right.
Right. And here's a steal. And it's off her feet, and it's out of bounds. And Dragons got to relax, set it up, and break the press. And there's the ball. It's thrown away. Yeah, good call, Coach. Anna Barlow. And there's 4 fouls, and she's going to the line, shoot 1-and-1.
First free throw is good.
Well, the Dragons just got to make sure they don't fall apart. They got a big enough lead that they can play their game and be fine. And Popwell makes both those. But I don't think Popwell scored from the field this half. Shanna goes. Kicks it over to Binkley. Binkley back over to Dunlap. Settle the game down. Dunlap saying, hey, we got time. Rotate out. There's a foul on Tolman.
All right, that's only the 5th team foul on the Lady Satellites.
But I think that might be her 3rd.
Good job by Shanna Miller that time helping out on that press breaker.
Tolman's, yeah, that's her 3rd. So now they got 2 with 3, and we have 2 with 4, and 2 with 3. Dunlap has it. Quick, just over to Barlow. Barlow for a baseline jumper and puts it in for 2.
Woo! Coach Budka's over here. He's like, what do we do? I mean, what do you do with that?
Leans in, misses, rebound Barlow.
Barlow.
There's
yes,
the foul. You
thank
betcha.
you.
That's Tolman's. Or
Good job by Barlow.
Tolman or Popwell's 4th. It doesn't matter who he calls it on.
Good job by Barlow getting a strong rebound
42,
that time.
that's Tolman's 4th. That's what we like to see. This is where you can almost use Samantha with that long throw. Guaranteed to get the ball in for distance. Dunlap has it. 50-35. 6:50 left in the game. Kicks it over. Ross Popo for 3. And it's way long. Barlow almost gets the rebound. Popwell gets it, puts it in, and misses, and rebound Barlow.
Good job by Binkley that time. Got back and didn't foul her.
Dunlap goes, gets across the line.
Foul.
There's a 5th foul. That's number 5, and she's sitting out.
That's going to put Dunlap at the line. The South Central's in the bonus now. Argos is going to be shooting 1-1 there. 6:27 left to go in the game. That's big. That's 5 fouls on big-time player for Lady
She's
Satellites.
been their strong player.
Yeah. She's their main ball handler. Papa
Coach is going to relax. He says, hey, you got to go in. You got to do this. But he's making them sit as long as possible.
Yeah, you get 30 seconds, I think, to sub.
And trying to ice Dunlap at the line, but we'll see what happens. And that's good news for the Dragons. Now they just need to take it and get Popwell out. First one's up, and it's good. Dunlap's probably close to 25 for the game already.
Yeah. She had 11 at half, so.
I think she's going to be busting her game high for her career if she keeps going at this rate. And that one's in. Dragons up 52-35. And that was a silly reach in. That's her 4th.
Yeah.
That's a silly foul out of Dunlap. She needs to know better.
She does. She's kind of scolding herself right there.
No, that's number 10.
South Central's a little bit worked out
anxious.
Back here.
They're just looking at the scoreboard. The final book has all to say. The book is the 4th official.
Stricker's going to go in for Dunlap.
Stricker got 4, replacing Dunlap for 4. Ay, ay, ay. Shots up, and it's good.
One more at the line for Wright. Second shot is good.
Ross Popo gets it. Back to Stricker. Stricker's relaxed, no problem. Comes across timeline. Has no problem with the sophomore that's on her. She definitely can handle her. Ross Popo has it. Turns. Kicks it over to Barlow. Barlow, a little jumper.
Wow, she's got a nice-looking jump shot.
2 for 2 from the shoulders out of Barlow from the baseline, and you got to let her shoot.
That was a travel.
There's the ball tipped away, and it's going to be Dragons. Kick back over. Barlow misses, and there's a good bucket out of South Central. Binkley kicks it over to Miller. Miller's got Barlow ahead. Barlow relaxes, lays it up, and puts it in for 2. 56-39. Ball's in.
Be smart, Macy.
Yeah. All right. Back course action. Binkley with 2. That's probably only her 2nd. All right, let's see what we do. that's only her second foul of the game. Binkley played smart so far tonight. Kidwell's coming back in for the Lady Satellites.
Got 2 shots coming.
And it's in. Even though, Anna's been back in for the last 4 or 5 minutes, Popwell still has not got a field goal this half that I can remember.
Yeah.
Here's a shot. Rebound, Dragons. Miller, smart, holds it up. Kicks it over to Ross Popo. Ross Popo goes. And lays it up and misses. Not the shot the Dragons want. Popwell goes, travels, and smart play out of Miller. Who touched it? Nobody touches it, and they still call it the Satellites ball. Ay, ay, ay. Ball's in. Jumper. Missed. Barlow has it. Jump ball going to the Dragons. Good work out of Anna Barlow. Miller gets the ball to Ross Popo. Ross Popo's got her. Coach Teal telling him to run the play and set it up. We've got an update for the JV boys. Winnemac 37. Argos 24, so it's still pretty close in the end of the third, and there's a foul. And Ross Popo's going line, shooting 1-1.
All right, 56-40, 4:50 left to go in the game. Ross Popo for 1-1. First shot is up and good.
Free throws have been very good for the Lady Dragons tonight.
Definitely. Got one more for Ross Popo. Got a 17-point advantage with just under 5 to go.
Shot and good. Ross Popo puts them both in. That's just what you want to see. Here comes the defense. Popwell has it. Nope. Kicks the caddy corner. Looks. Travel. Misses. Here's a shot. Three-pointer. Missed. Throws it back, and Satellites get it, recover. Kicked it out, and just about stolen from Ross Popo.
Got an open girl in the corner.
Let her shoot. Popwell down low. Barlow. She's just standing there. I don't know how they call that a foul. That's terrible, and that's 5, I think, from Barlow.
Good job, Anna. And great job by Anna Barlow.
Listen to the crowd for Anna Barlow.
She came in and gave them some really good minutes.
6 huge points, tons of rebounds, tons of work, and that was not a foul in my opinion. Straight up and down. Ay, ay, ay. Popwell puts the first one in. Dragons up by 17. 4:23 left. Second one's in. Ball's in. Oh, my word. Where's the foul?
They only call it on the other end.
Yeah, I guess. Man, oh, man. Dragons need to settle down. And bucket made. Ball's in to Ross Popo. Kicked all the way over to Miller. Miller's going straight down the court. Kicks it back around. Good. Kicks it over to Barlow. Back out to Ross Popo. Binkley. Shanna over to Barlow. Back over to Miller. Take it to her. And she does. Pulls it back and relaxed. Over to Ross Popo. There's a foul. On the ground.
Good job by the senior Ross Popo.
Yep.
She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. 1-1, actually, still.
Yep. Number 23, that's
it's her third, I think.
Yeah. Right, that's only her second? Or
Third.
That's her third, yeah.
Rospopo, big free throw here for her.
The line. And smooth as silk. Senior pulling through with the big free throws.
Dunlap's going to come back in for the Lady Dragons.
And Stricker's coming out. And Stricker's got 4 fouls. They're going to save her for a little bit. And the Dragons got this huge, deep bench we've talked about all season, and it's paying dividends in this game.
Second,
and Rospopo gets a roll.
She hit every corner on that one, as Andy would say.
All 4 corners and gets it to go in. And air ball, rebound by Miller, and there's a foul.
That's going to put her at the line.
I think that's Popwell.
Is that her 4th or 5th?
5th. 3. And that is. And I think that might be her 5th.
4th, yeah.
4th, okay.
Yeah.
And that's 4 on Popwell, their number 1 player.
Shanna Miller, the sophomore, is going to go to the line to shoot the 2. There's a double bonus.
Let's see here. Big free throws like the old brother.
Foul disparity is not quite as bad this half. A little bit more even. Free throws off.
Just off. And Dragons need the second one. Got to make them. Miller's going to relax.
See if she can pull this up to 17 now.
And that one's off the mark, too.
It's all right.
And Coach Steele letting Kaylin Barlow have it, telling her, don't mess around, get back. Corner.
Charge. Yeah. Valerie Popo sacrifices her body and takes the charge on right. That's going to be her 4th.
She got there quicker.
Great job.
Used her body, and the official was standing right in front of it, I got to admit.
Great job.
They've had some poor calls tonight, but that was 100% correct. And you know that they're not happy about it, but that's
the right call.
The right call.
Definitely the right call. Got double team on Dunlap. Miller does a nice job.
That could have been number 5 right there on Popwell. Rospopo has it. Rospopo goes, dribbles around.
They're just going to run the clock as much as they can.
Kick out of Popwell. Poor Popwell's trying her best, but she is just outmatched tonight. She is tired. And like I said, she's got a field goal this second half.
She's not feeling good. You can tell that from the beginning. Good
right
job there.
Rospopo looks. There's a foul. And
that's going to be her 5th.
That's 5.
That's 5 on right. So frustration foul there by South Central. It's going to put Rospopo at the line shooting 2. It's going to be the second satellite that's going to foul out here for this game.
And the Dragons playing very, very well. And I tell you, we would have played with this intensity. It would have been a lot better game against Michigan City.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you.
Yeah, they've
thoroughly impressed.
Even with a couple of girls with foul trouble, fighting fouls all game, the subs have come in. Anna Barlow played an awesome game.
Yep.
And Caitlin, even fighting free throw or foul trouble, has played a great game.
Rospopo makes both of them.
62 to 44. Wow.
Under 3 minutes in the last quarter. And
Binkley just stands there.
Yep, and it's going to stay. It's going to be tied up. Great effort. That just tells you how it's been for poor Popwell. She's been surrounded. The Lady Dragons doing great work.
I don't know that Kennedy Binkley has came out of the game, has she?
I don't really think, not much. Kicks it out. Here's a long 3. It's not going to get there. Over the back, tips it. And here's another jumper. Misses. Rebound. Ball's loose. Here comes Rospopo.
Oh, she traveled.
Yeah, we're going to call travel.
Oh! All right, good timeout by Coach Teal. And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Sooner she picks it up.
This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
All right, we're back with 2:33 left to go in the game. Argos 62 to 44 advantage off of a Great hustle play again by Popo. Wow.
She's been stellar from the line, making, what, 4, 5, 6 of her last 6 from the line.
Yeah, she's her and Courtney Dunlap have both had, everybody's had an awesome game. That's just been a great team game here by the Lady Dragons.
Dunlap goes right past Popwell. She's tired, and she can't even keep up with her.
Lady Dragons are about 2.5 minutes here from collecting some hardware.
2 straight girls teams at the moment. Ball's tipped away. It's loose. And it's going to be here. And it's going to go to Winamac. Or Satellite.
Yeah, we're not. That's next.
That was next game,
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, Val's a little shaken up on that play. She's good. She's like, I'm not going out. I'm a senior. This is my
chance to finish off this tough game. And she misses again, and Barlow with the big rebound blocks her out.
Popwell could have got called there on over the back.
Val's
just going to run around. Smart play by the senior. So I'm going to make her move to the basket, get the count reset. Now they're counting again. Give it over
to the crowd. Good patience out of Ross Popo. Ball's tipped away. And here goes the shot, and they miss. And rebound Miller. Miller sees Dunlap all the way at the other end. She's going in for the layup and puts it in for 2. Smart play out of the Dragons. Good recognition. And nice bucket out of number 21, the little sophomore. Anthony's her name.
We'll trade.
She's really hustling hard. She had a steal, then a bucket. Now she just tipped it out of bounds. You got to give her credit. She's working super hard.
We'll trade.
Miller with the foul. And Popwell's going to the line. Still can't make a field goal. And Coach Teal's getting the 3 subs in with a minute 12 left. 64-46. I tell you, going to be a tough one here. Popwell puts it in. I tell you what, even though she's tired, haven't had any luck from the line, she has made a tremendous contribution to the free throw line. And now comes Miller, Barlow, and Binkley with a tremendous work, tremendous game out of those 3. Misses, tips it out, and it's going to be the ball for Satellites. Takes a quick jumper and puts it in for 2. Calhoun gets it into Dunlap. Dunlap, smart, goes, relax. And it's tipped out of bounds, tipped back from Popwell. And the miss, Calhoun gets off the team to Mariah Lineberry. Kicks it over to Dunlap. That's a foul. Oh, my word. Kicks it over to Calhoun. Back over to Dunlap. Over to Lineberry. Kicks it over to Calhoun. Back over. Kicks it over to Lineberry. Popwell out on Dunlap. Over to Ross Popo. Ross Popo with the drive. Says, all right, I got it. I'm tired. I'm going to make it. I'm going to keep it going.
5, 3, 2, 1. That's going to do it. Argos Lady Dragons are victorious, 64-49. South Central Lady Satellites. That will move Argos to 12-1 on the season. South Central will fall to 10-5. And we're going to keep it here. And we're just going to observe, go through the post-game, the presentation of the trophies, and we'll do the stats and everything here while we're here. Well, I think you've heard enough ads for tonight.
Boy, I tell you what a game from the Lady Dragons. I got to tell you, big thumbs up to them. All righty. Huge game from the Lady Dragons. Got to tell you, I can't be more proud of the effort that they gave.
Well, they fought through a lot of hard fouls, foul trouble, and came out and really put it away.
Dunlap got MVP with 37 points.
Wow. 37 tonight?
I think so.
Wow. She definitely deserves it. She came out and took control in that second half.
37. Holy cow. What a game. And then the last 6 or 8 free throws from Ross Popo have been just tremendous. How in the world? That is just so cool.
Took a 4-point halftime lead and extended it out and ended up with a 15-point victory over Class A number 7.
That
South
is
Central.
awesome. That's just amazing. That was great work. And then, wow, what a time to have a step up and have a big game. Dunlap, 7 points, 2 games ago, 7 points last game. I'm just going to tack 30 onto that.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
She's had a couple rough games, but she bounced back in a big way here tonight, and
yes,
kind of took the Lady Dragons on her back and said, "This is it. We're going to get this thing." And boy, you can't be more proud of the Lady Dragons program here tonight.
Wow.
Coming in here and winning 2 games,
trophies,
1 trophy out of it so far.
1 trophy. Well,
we'll get a trophy.
We'll make the trophy.
If they don't want to make one, we'll have somebody make one. We got a sponsor that does that, right?
Yeah, we'll have to recruit somebody to make a trophy.
You know anybody that does that?
I think we do. Mr. Trophy in Argus. Tremendous. What? I just can't tell you. I'm ultra excited with how they played. Great work. Smart play. Ross Popo dribbling around, literally leading people like walking them with the leash. They had no chance to stop her, and she just ate up the clock. Just smart, moving the ball around. Just brilliant play. Great work out of everybody. I tell you. Wow. What a game.
Do we have, I see some people walking in here. Do we have any updates from the JV boys? What did they end up doing?
I do not know. Hold on a second. I will check.
Right there's Reed. Does he know?
I'll check.
Right there. So while we're watching here, the Argus Lady Dragons are taking the pictures and the trophies and getting their just awards here for the victory versus South Central. And I guess we could talk about it a little bit here. It's getting pretty darn close. I think we've got about 4 weeks until sectional.
Yeah.
This is going to probably be a rematch here coming up in sectionals. If we want to get out of the the sectional 51, it's going to have to go through South Central. But I guess after tonight, you could kind of say that the sectional is going to have to go through Argus.
Yeah, I mean, wow, what a game.
Yeah.
Dragons played. They know they can. They got the confidence. That's wow, I tell you what, tremendous work. I couldn't be more proud of it. Just the group was just killing it tonight.
Yeah, and the Barlow sisters.
Anna was phenomenal.
You talk about Courtney.
Caitlin,
yeah, you talk about Courtney having a game like she hasn't for a while. Those 2 girls, I tell you what, if they would play like that, it's going to be hard pressed, to beat us because they. And we're not going to get into foul trouble like we did tonight. Normally, I don't know, It was a pretty rough first half. They got a lot of fouls called in that first quarter. And a couple girls, with Stricker and Kaylin Barlow, and then even Anna Barlow, and then Courtney Dunlap. Did we end up having who fouled out? Did anybody foul? Anna fouled out.
Anna
fouled out.
Come out and did tremendous, but ended up fouling out at the end.
So with all the fouls that we had, we only had 1 girl actually foul out, and everybody came in and did an awesome job, really. You can't say enough about it.
What a program. Back-to-back for the JV, taking the championship for the varsity. Huge win out of both of the girls group. Talk about awesome. And, you can't go wrong with this. This is just tremendous. This is good stuff. We talked about it. They got a bench that's deep. It's amazing. We've got the depth. And you can see it when the subs are having to come off of the Lady Satellites bench. They just could not handle what we were bringing to them.
Yeah, that's the definite advantage that Argus has right now with a very deep and talented bench.
Yeah.
You can go 10 deep with the Dragons and not really lose a whole lot. So
I tell you, that was just really fun to watch. If you would have said that we were going to be up by 14, 16 with 3 minutes left, I'd have said you're crazy. But I tell you what, it's just been tremendous. What a group. I tell you. Let's take a quick break. We'll get the stats, and then we'll finish out this game and then get set up for the boys.
All right. We'll be right back.
What does Valspar and Best Look Quality Paint, pressure washers, nuts and bolts, canning supplies, bug spray, chicken coops, fire pits, lawn furniture, grills, carpet cleaners, garden hoses, lawn seed and fertilizer, and everything in between have in common? They can all be found at your local Argos Do It Best Hardware, 200 West Walnut Street. Argos Do It Best is your one-stop shop with the hometown service and knowledge you have grown to love. Argos Do It Best Hardware, 200 West Walnut Street in Argos.
The products you know, the people you trust, do it best.
Have you heard of the Zone Sports Complex in northern Indiana? The good news is now it's open and there's simply nothing like it. Best of all, it's in our backyard. The 30,000 square foot sports facility is located on the west side of Plymouth, right off US 30, just minutes from Argos. The zone has leagues, tournaments, clinics, camps, and one-on-one group lessons for basketball and volleyball, as well as speed, strength, and agility training for all sports. The zone also features indoor soccer, which will soon be housed in a brand new 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility that will also house flag football, lacrosse, softball, and baseball. Like the zone on Facebook and visit our website at thezonesportscomplex.org for all of the zone's upcoming events. Call 574-935-3939 today and find out that there's simply no place like the zone.
Since 1989, Frick Services Incorporated in Leiders Ford has been serving customers from Fulton, Pulaski, Marshall, and Stark counties with sales and service of seed, custom spread fertilizer, ag lime, custom spray ag chemicals, and hydrous ammonia, and offers the ProTech Partners program. This hard-to-find location is in the northwest corner of Fulton County on County Road 750 West, about a quarter mile north of 400 North, on the south edge of Leiders Ford. Frick Services Incorporated is proud to support the Argos Dragon High School athletes. Visit Frick Services Incorporated for all of your agribusiness needs. 800-542-4034. That's 800-542-4034. Are you thinking about seamless gutters? Or what about decorative concrete? Rob Herford of H&H Contracting specializes in seamless gutters and all walls, flatwork, and yes, decorative concrete. Contact Rob Herford at 574-229-0971 and let H&H Contracting help you design the project of your dreams. H&H Contracting partners with their homeowners to produce the work of the highest quality and making sure everyone is satisfied with the final design. That number again, 574-229-0971, or email Rob Herford at rherford@yahoo.com.
All right, we're back at West Central. Again, the final, Argos Lady Dragons 64, South Central Lady Satellites 49. The Lady Dragons are the Winter Classic champions.
Oh, my. Okay, so we had a little confusion when we were doing it. They announced it that she had 37, but it was really 27.
It was 37 for the tournament.
The official group, it was 26 total points for Dunlap for tonight.
It was for the tournament, 37 for the tournament.
Well, she had 7 first game, but we're not real sure how that adds up. But needless to say, she was the MVP of the tournament. But here we go. We got Ross Popo here. Valerie with a huge game. We're going to put her on the headset. All right, can you hear us? Are you in there? All right, speak up.
Okay.
All right.
Congratulations to you, Val.
There you go.
Thanks.
I tell you what, you're having a banner senior year. You win the Argos Invitational in soccer. You guys do a tremendous record. You come out, you do a Culver Bell for the girls, and you come out here and take out the Winter Classic. How can you go wrong?
So good.
Well, we knew it was going to be a big game. Did you guys think that you were going to play that kind of defense?
No. I mean, I knew we were capable of it, but sometimes we knew going into it that if we played good team basketball, we could win. And sometimes knowing that some people don't work as hard and we just don't click together because we think it's just going to come easy. But I think we definitely came out and played exactly how we should have. I mean, based on the outcome, obviously.
I tell you what, I'm going to give you a stat that you'll probably never hear. Popwell, 14 points. That's very low. Yeah. 1 field goal the entire game. The rest of her points were for free throws. The Lady Dragons, you girls held her to 1 field goal for an entire game. She is going D1, tremendous player, and you guys really put it to her, I tell you.
Yeah, that was great.
You got to be really impressed with the way you guys were able to come in and a couple girls with foul trouble, Kaylin Barlow early in the first quarter, and Macy Stricker, and everybody came in and filled in. You had a huge game from Anna Barlow, a huge game from Courtney, a huge game from you.
Yeah.
It's just got to feel good knowing that you're kind of going down into the last part of this season.
Yeah.
And this team, like we said, coming into this, South Central is a team that's probably going to have to be defeated to get out of the sectional. Well, now I told Andy after the game, Argos is maybe the team that's going to have to get defeated.
You betcha. I got to tell you, it was tremendous. I don't know if you realize it, but you only ended up with 16.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? That's pretty good.
It's decent. I mean,
it's decent. That's tremendous.
I don't know. I think overall, like, that's not really important to me. I'm proud of each and every player on our team. I think we all did a great job working together. Some people stepped up and hit great shots when we needed them. There was a couple points in the game where if we wouldn't have made that shot or if we wouldn't have got that steal, they could have pulled in, and the game wouldn't have gotten as far away as it did at the end,
Yeah.
I just think overall, like, everyone together did their part. Everyone played. Like you said, getting in foul trouble. Macy, it hurt us not having her, but Shannon Miller came in and did a great job. So, I mean, that's, like, good that we have a big bench, too. We're not relying on our starters
depth.
at
We
all.
talked about our depth compared to theirs, especially tonight.
Yeah.
You could see the difference. And you mentioned it, and that's what a senior does with experience. They understand the game. You mentioned it. You said it. And I'll tell you, there's a few examples. The three-pointer Shannon Miller did, that was a huge bucket to save us.
Yep.
That kept that fire going with the Dragons. And then Anna Barlow's 2 baselines, one on each side, which were kind of out of nowhere. We weren't expecting it. She just relaxed, boom, made it. Gets the next one down the other side, shoot, make it.
Yep.
Tremendous work. I got to tell you, been one of the better games for us to announce. We love it when we're playing well, but we get excited. I got to tell you, when you got the ball, you went down, and then you drove in, come back, and around, and you let them around like leading your show dog on 4-H. That's smart senior play. You knew we didn't need the bucket. We wanted to eat the clock, and you just let them around, cut to the basket, restart the 5 count. Cut to the basket, restart the 5.
Yeah, it was
and
good.
I'm thoroughly impressed. And I tell you what, tremendous game. Great work, and I tell you,
Thank you.
I couldn't be more proud. I was excited. The JV back to back. Now the varsity went on it. That's just we're bringing home hardware.
Oh yeah, I'm just
and it's
so
some
excited
good
right
stuff.
now. I'm jacked.
Oh, I tell you. So
right.
what do we got next? Who do we got next for Valley to destroy?
Next game up is going to be at North Miami, and they're another sectional opponent that you're going to have to face possibly in the sectional. Kind of an up-and-coming team. They're young.
Yeah.
And they got a couple of, I guess the one's only a freshman, and then her sister's an 8th grader. But nice young team, and so that's going to be the next game for you guys. Again, congratulations, 12-1 on the year. Didn't quite get here undefeated, but you got through here and you won this game, and
I think you made that made up for it.
Yeah.
Because you guys were thinking, this is going to be a tough one, this and that. But I tell you, clutch player, senior, 6 from 6 from the free throw line in the 4th quarter. When they needed you, you provided it. And I got to tell you, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Val Rose Popo, thanks very much. And we got Courtney Dunlap, the MVP of the Winter Classic, coming up here. She's getting her headset on.
Let's see. It's only a little slimy. Don't worry. You're smelling bad, too. We have to deal with it.
Blame that on Val. So.
Oh, man. Okay. Give us your take on the game.
That was a really good game.
You had, we talked with Val, but she had a couple girls get into foul trouble real early and had to come in with a couple of subs. But everybody really stepped up and did their part. Kaylin got in some foul trouble, and her sister Anna came in and did a really nice job. And then
Anna hit some huge shots down the stretch at the very end of the game.
She did. She played awesome. And then Shanna Miller, she did an awesome job. And then, of course, we can't say enough about your game tonight. It's, the last couple of games, to say you were struggling a little bit scoring. But, boy, you came out in a big way tonight. And, 4-point lead at half, and you took that thing up, and you ended up winning by 15. That's got to feel great.
Yeah, it does. Especially when we were predicted to lose by 3. It feels real good.
Well, we talked about it, and we was like, if we don't play our best, it could be an ugly game for us. And but I tell you what, they weren't ready for your guys' defense. You guys killed it. Yeah, we got in a little foul trouble. Miller came in. and Anna come in, and you know, that was just tremendous.
Yeah, our subs, you couldn't even tell they were subs. They stepped up and played their part as well as they could.
Yeah, it was great.
That's the one thing Andy and I have talked all season. You know, we can go 8, 9 deep and not really, you know, notice a huge difference.
Yeah.
You got a couple of sophomores with Miller and Stricker that have really, I got to say, Shanna Miller has really upped her game.
Yeah, she has.
She has came in and done a nice job for you guys.
She is always so calm.
She's so relaxed.
So
just
calm.
like, all right, let's just go with it and this and that. But Barlow with Anna shooting from the baseline.
Yeah,
those were huge.
Those are her shots.
I tell you, she hasn't done a lot of that through the season.
I
and
know.
She goes and makes it, and then I'll just go to the other side and do the same thing. It was kind of nice.
It was very nice.
Now I got to ask you one thing, and you know what I'm going to ask you. Wide open layup down here.
But that
you didn't even hit anything.
I had one down here too.
But you go through 4 people the next play, and you get a layup and a foul.
I guess I was too open.
Yeah, that's what we said. We need to have the pressure on.
She's got to have a girl hanging on each arm in order to make it feel right.
Guess so.
Well, you know Pop well. Everybody knows her. She's a tough player.
Very good player.
You guys held her to 1 field goal the entire game. The rest of her points came from free throws. You got to be loving what the Barlows did. I mean, Kaylin was tough. Yeah, she didn't have any points, but she did everything smart on the defensive end, and then Anna came in and filled in for her and won. You held her to 1-1.
They did. They played their part. That was the focus for them, was defensively today, and they played their part.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. Well, I got to tell you, I don't remember the last time. I don't know when the last time. Maybe Kelsey or Odell has been the MVP of the Winter Classic.
Do they have an MVP?
No, I don't know if they did.
Yeah, they gotta.
You know, they say it. I don't know if they really give you anything for it except for a little pride in the fact. But I tell you what, tremendous game, great leadership out of you guys, good work, and just phenomenal. Now, the girls' program's going in the right direction. Back to back for JV. You got the varsity winning it. You guys have a good year going on so far. You've won. I talked to Val, said your senior year is going pretty good. The invitation champions in soccer, winning the inaugural bell for the Culver girls game. And now you got the Winter Classic. What's next, sectional?
You bet.
There you go. That's what we like to hear.
All right, well, we got to wrap it up. We're running out of time. We've got another game coming up here. The boys are going to be shooting for their championship. So thanks to Courtney Dunlap for coming up here. Great game out of her. And we're going to wrap this one up. Well, have you gone through the stats yet?
All right, let's go through the stats real quick. Excuse me. For the South Central. Not yet. We're South Central. Here we are. Smoker with 5. Anthony with 2. Wright with 9. Held the top scorers under 9 for the one. Wright. Budka with 7. 5 for Mintzner. Tolman with 4. She fouled out. Kidwell. 14 for Popwell, which isn't a bad number, but 1 field goal. The rest were all free throws. Tremendous work out of Lady Dragons defense. All right, we got Miller with 7. Barlow, Anna with 8. Stricker with 5. 2 with Binkley. 16 for Ross Popo, and 26 for Dunlap. Huge game. We're going to sign off. We're going to come back with the boys' game, and we're going to start the game with the boys' game with an interview from the winning champion, Coach Teal, for the Lady Dragons.
All right, we're going to get out of here on the girls' side and join us here just a second on the site with the boys versus Winnemac.
Thank you for listening to the preceding Voice Sports Network broadcast. The Voice Sports Network is proud to bring this service to you, but we remind you to support your local schools when possible. Go to the games, support the high school athletes, and show them your support. But when you can't make it, you can always listen here. Thanks again for listening from all of us at the Voice Sports Network.